wanna take things slow. Put my mind in cruise control.
And we're back.
Hate David so much, man.
I had to mute your mic, Dev, because you be talking too much over the intro.
This is what we do.
And that was Meek.
This was a
Shout
pod.
out to Meek.
This is a pod. Listen, man, if you're hearing the sound of my voice, if you're looking at me right now through the camera, that can mean one thing and one thing only. This episode 87 of the Cruz Control.
Sí, señor.
As always, it's the boy Dev Cruz.
Ay, no me digas que no me quieres.
Sitting to my left, the one and only, the boy Dave Cruz. Why did you get that?
Because I'm funny.
Off camera, but still in the building, the boy Poppy Lex sitting all the way to the left.
I just hit a nigga in the head with a ooga booga wooga. That bitch suck my dick, it's all like ooga booga booga.
And the man behind the camera needs no introduction.
Llama.
Needs no introduction.
Llama.
Needs no introduction.
Llama.
Needs no introduction.
Llama.
The one and only. Bendito. What's up, fellas? We back, baby.
What's up, Benny? What's up?
What's up, y'all?
You looking different.
It's only been a couple weeks.
Nobody can see you off camera, but Benny trimmed down his beard.
Yeah, man.
Like a weirdo. Looking like a weirdo.
Had to get rid of it, man.
He had to get rid of
the
it.
weirdo. Why? Was it hot?
Yeah, it's too hot.
Your chin was moist?
Yeah, bro. No, it was actually, honestly, the reason
Not
why.
pause-worthy.
No, the reason why I cut it, man, it was just too hot out, and my skin was getting dry underneath. You know what I mean? So I had to get rid of it.
You was feeling your skin underneath? You was thinking like, oh, wow, it's dry right here. Gotta shave this down. But how does that help? Like, what you moisturize now?
Yeah.
But you could have did that with longer hairs.
Yeah, that's true, but I wanted to start over. I don't even know if I'm going to let it grow again, to be honest.
He's going to keep it short like that.
Okay, existential crisis.
Oh, what happened within this past couple of weeks?
Yeah, what happened?
I turned 30, bro.
Oh, snap. Happy belated to Bendito, man.
Wow.
He's 30, Dave.
How does it feel?
Back pains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Back pain, beard pains.
I never used to like agree with that stuff or think it was real when people talked about hitting a certain age. That's definitely real.
Yeah.
Just you hit a certain age and you wake up and things just be hurting.
What you hurt?
Like everything. I wake up sometimes my ankles be stiff. My chest be sore. It's weird. And it's off the wake up. That's after 8 hours of REM. You know what I mean?
You don't get a full 8 hours of sleep though.
No, I usually did get like 6.
Right. That's them extra 2 hours, your ankles be tough.
No, I don't think so.
Now you got
think
stupid
it's
ankles.
I think your body just doesn't snap back the way it used to at a certain age.
I agree, yeah.
What, you used to jump out of bed when you was 18 or stuff like that?
Yeah, I literally used to spin out of bed. Like hit a flare.
You never did any of that,
You still
man.
feel like good? I mean, you're getting up there in age.
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. Maybe when I hit 30, I start feeling some pains. But right now, I'm still in my 20s, so I'm trying to, you feel
When
me?
you wake up, you just and if you drink, you just pop back.
If I drink, that's different, though. Everybody is like that when they drink, though.
No, because at a certain age, I could drink a whole night of drinking, and then wake up feeling great. Take on the world.
Nah, there's a limit. Everybody has, young or old, you drink too much. That limit, if you pass that limit, the next day you're going to feel it. No matter if you're young or old. Because I felt that even when I was young, when I first got really, really drunk, like completely trashed, I felt it the next day. Like I was like, I needed water.
I mean, everybody gets hungover, but like, it's like that sunglasses and Advil thing. You just wake up, you get some orange juice or something, and then you back at it. You could get up. Because how many times you went out drinking or hanging out, and then you have to get up and like drive back to your place or whatever. You ended up crashing at somebody's house. Now, if I drink, I got to stay over for the next 3 days at that person's house. I'm not moving.
But yeah, sunglasses and Advil. I need sunglasses, Advil, breakfast.
Last night was mad real.
Sunglasses and Advil.
Can I talk to somebody more mature than Devin? Does this make sense? Well,
No, it
Alex,
makes
you wouldn't
total
know.
sense.
You're like 12. But Benny, you 30
What
now.
you mean? Alex
Yeah, I
old.
get
You
it,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can't drink like I used to. I end up falling asleep.
Right. Like while you drinking?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
crazy.
Just beard just be drying up. Your chin dry. Sleeping with a dry chin. That's nuts.
Sleeping with a dry chin.
Glad you cut your beard.
Thanks, man.
Listen, man. Listen, we gotta jump back into the last episode's top 5.
I want to apologize to everybody listening. We was gone for a few weeks. All Devin's fault.
It was a couple weeks. What was the? Oh, we had a bachelor party. That was we was going.
We just had life. Okay, I'm sick and tired of people messaging me talking about where y'all at. I am where I am. We had to cut beards. We had to do a lot of different things. It's cool. We took like a little summer break, little summer vacay.
summer break.
You good with that?
I guess, man. Yeah. You jumped the gun. I was trying to talk.
Oh, go ahead. You can speak now. You may speak.
Listen, man. We was out a couple weeks, like Dave said, but now we're back. Not last week's. The last top 5 that we did was top 5 fears that we have, and the votes that I'm looking at right now. There was a tie that somebody had told me. Captain Harris had said it was a tie, but everybody else on the socials is saying Dave. I'm voting Dave this week. I can relate more to his fears. Dave wins this week. The splat death is insane to imagine us as his loneliness and claustrophobia. Dave wins this week. Dave with a trophy sign. It's just been all Daves on this joint and one tie. So shout out to Dave. Takes the win. Dave sucks ball. Can't even let me get to the next
Crowd
segment.
is going crazy. Man.
I gotta read the stuff, man.
Hurry up, my chin is dry. Hurry up.
Avella sunglasses, Dave. Come on, man.
It's getting drier by the minute. Ah! I gotta scratch it.
You gotta shave your chin live on the pod.
Yeah, I'm shaving my chin today.
Just your chin.
Like just right here. A landing strip underneath my chin. The rest of the hair.
So Dave, I'm reading on the socials. Not too many people talked about the question of the week, but they did have a lot of conversation about the Titanic thing that happened. As far as the question of the week, which was, is micro cheating considered cheating? Somebody said, I agree 100% with Bendito. As long as you ain't thirsty for the person, we good. That's crazy.
Yo, you getting more votes on the socials, dude.
Yeah, man.
Bendito's here.
Because he's smart. He hit 30, he got smart.
Yeah, back pains are smart. And his beard is gone too, so now the education is crazier. No smart people got beards. Every smart person is beardless.
Yeah, that's true. I'm dumb. You dumb boy.
But as far as the Titan stuff, somebody said I give it 3 months before Amazon or Tubi is making a movie about the Titan John. Somebody else said they spent all that money to die. They should have rented a real submarine with all that money that they spent instead of spending that garbage. And that's pretty much what we had on the socials for the top 5 of the week and for the micro cheating. Thank you guys always for
the
tuning
micro
in.
cheating John was a really good convo.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I feel like it was just an interesting topic, but yeah.
It's kind of hard to talk about because micro cheating is such it's a vast list that you can discuss. So, but anyway, Dave,
We took a couple weeks,
Right.
and now we back better than ever on top of our game.
But listen, Dave, we let's hop right into this episode, man. My Bendito over here, right?
Yes.
Comes in fresh, right? What's the first thing you said when you saw him, right?
I was
Fresh.
like, wow.
Right. Fresh beard cut.
There's
right?
something different about you.
Right. He had the fresh fade and all that, right?
Right.
You feeling me? Bendito was looking fly. The flyest I've ever seen him in a while, right? But I asked Benny, I said, Benny, how much you spent on that haircut, bro? How much you spent on that beard cut? You know what Benny told me?
What?
He said $1,150.
For real?
Yeah, bro. That's pocket change.
Off for that?
That's pocket
For that? They use the clippers? Is that a number 2 on your face?
Yeah. Light work, bro.
Nah, bro, that's Bendito, bro. If he don't go for the top, it's nothing else to aim for. You feel me?
That's nuts.
It's David and Goliath, man.
And a llama.
He had to sell a llama to get that haircut, Dave. Nah, Dave, I say that because I'm scrolling through social media and there's a tweet that blew up all over the place.
That was the corniest intro to this topic.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dave.
You're weak.
I'm sorry.
Be better.
Do I amuse you? Shut up, Dave.
Better, like Alex is doing the intro to the next topic. He's 12.
Nah, but there's a guy posted a picture that his barber sent him. He screenshotted his text message. So he texted his barber, just basically saying, like, giving him the address, saying, like, could you come over to the crib, a house call for a haircut. So the barber says, all right, cool. You're 50 minutes away from me. I'll be there in a little bit. Right. Then he sends him the price. For house calls, I charge $350 an hour plus $100. Oh, wait. I'm not done yet. $350 an hour plus $100 travel fee. Taper fade lineup plus the beard trim will take about 2.5 to 3 hours. So altogether, that's gonna be $1,150
Peter is down.
for your cut today, sir.
Peter is down.
Boy was like,
Peter is down.
boy,
$350 for a travel fee.
per hour. No, per hour.
Okay.
$100 travel fee.
$100 travel fee.
And then he said it's gonna take like 2.5 to 3 hours for him to do the cut.
So that's $350 times whatever.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, bro. $1,150 for this haircut. So the guy obviously posted.
Who requested this haircut?
What you mean?
Like, who's the
Just a regular boy on Twitter.
just some guy, not a celeb?
It
or
wasn't
anything?
no celeb. No, it was just some.
Because I feel like I've heard celebrities pay. Sometimes they'll pay a ridiculous amount for some haircuts.
Absolutely.
What was it? I remember. I think it was like Steve Harvey or something paid his barber like $5,000 a cut or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not out of the realm of happening that people have paid ridiculous amounts to their barbers.
But
if that's a regular bull, not a
bull.
celeb, that is nuts.
that's a regular. That's just some
You're
dude
gonna
on
have to
Twitter.
rumble me.
That's just some dude on Twitter.
Yeah, no, don't ever text me that it costs $1,100 for a haircut.
What's the appropriate amount for a haircut, Dave? What's the appropriate tip included?
This is a controversial topic because I've been criticized by Pop about how much haircuts cost. But that's because Pop grew up in a time where haircuts was like $5.
Yeah. Number 2, skin fade on the side. That was
His
easy.
haircut is the most simple.
Everybody would get in the same haircut.
Yeah, like, I would say 40.
40.
Like with today's inflation and all that.
with tip.
Pause.
I said that already. I
didn't hear him say.
Alex, then I said.
You said with tip, all happy.
No. Earlier,
Like with tip. You open your mouth. You open up a tip size hole in your mouth. Pause. Was a demon slayer. He be imagining dragons.
Yo, with tip.
With tip, I would say 50.
50.
Yeah.
And that's minimum or like that's the maximum that you're doing?
That's like the maximum.
That's where you're going.
Yeah.
Bendito, what you feeling?
Well, I personally haven't been to a barber in like 3 years. You see, my hair is long.
Bear Grylls alert.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro, my hair is long and I shave my beard myself. So, but I think that's right though. $50 is about right, especially with the price of everything these days.
$50 maximum. Yeah. That's as far as you go.
Yeah,
Alex,
what tip?
Alex, pause.
I say 60.
60 from Alex though.
But Alex gets like a little slit in his eyebrow.
Yeah.
Design.
Yeah, he gets like the whole metrosexual thing happening.
He gets the designs popping off.
His curls heated.
They put a wet towel around Alex's face.
Yeah. Towel with just the nose sticking out. Steam treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the works. 60.
60's nuts. I was gonna
But
say,
then like,
I was
so
gonna
I'm
say
saying 50
52.
with a tip. Alex saying 60. But like what, so is there certain things you need in a haircut that will justify the price? Like what's your haircut? Is it basic?
well, he
Do
just
you get any balms or lotions?
no.
For your
Just
50?
trims the jaw, gives me the haircut, the lineup, whatever. Does the single blade jaw around, make sure everything's lined up smooth.
You get single bladed all around your hair?
All around all around here.
Yeah, I feel like once I started paying, so there was a time where I was trying to shop for the cheapest haircut possible. I think that was the goal, was to save money. So if you could get like a $10, $15 cut,
Right.
that was fine. But once I started paying more, I needed more. I needed, like you said, the single razor blade
Yeah.
to line me up, make sure that it's nice and crisp.
What about the bald spot? What you do for that?
There's nothing you could do about that. That's nature.
Nature.
That's nature. I just go like this.
Every pick.
There's nothing you can do about that. I'm getting old. But yeah, like I need a little more niceties. Like my current barber,
Nice.
line up the beard, does the John.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I wish he would do a little more single blade. Like single blade me in the back. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You get single bladed in the back?
Hey,
I'm asking a serious question.
with the tip, single blade.
For people listening who don't know what we're talking about, when you take the like single razor blade and just line up it gets really close shave, make sure that there's no stray hair. Mm-hmm. This is like an art for us guys.
Yeah, so with the single blade, it's everything but that. Pause. Mm-hmm. Everything but the back joint is just at the end, real quick. You get the
machine.
Get the machine and just snip up anything that's.
Yeah, I wish my guy did a little bit more, like, because he kind of just does like touch up here.
Yeah.
I want I don't know if I want the powdered white line though.
That's not powder. That's like because you don't put lotion on your face.
Oh, I would never know because I'm always stay lotioned up.
So like if you see that line,
moisturized.
that's like dead skin. Because when they shave it down, that's the dead skin from the top of your forehead.
I full.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I stay
wash your face.
moisturized.
Oh, you stay moisturized?
You never see a line on me.
I will say this though is, so Alex, I'm curious. Alex said 60, and Alex is also the youngest in the room. Is that just as the generations go along? It's just beginning. Because Pop was saying like, what Pop would tell us? $5-8, right? Max. $10. Pop would say $10 with tip.
It's like a lot.
Yeah, 10.
Like, but he cuts his own hair, and I've seen more people doing that now. Like they'll just take a mirror, they got all the machines and everything at the crib.
But Pop's been married for how many years? Like,
I don't think marriage has to change that.
yeah, I think as you get older and you're married and you're farther into your relationship, it's just you stop. Is what are you caring about? You're getting your hair cut.
I think it's about what a guy wants from the experience. Like some guys are just about efficiency.
The
want it to be
experience
fast.
of a haircut.
Yeah, the barbershop is like an experience.
Yeah, the whole vibe.
You haven't
Go
got a
in there
haircut in
and
10 years.
In my dreams, I envision the barbershop being.
I used to enjoy going to the barbershop though. I used to take my brother,
did.
pay for his haircut.
Benny plays
Benny used to
the
be in
barbershop music in his bathroom when he's giving his own self a haircut.
Used to be like this on thing to sharpen the blade.
Put the scissors in the blue juice. Can you close your eyes for me real quick?
It is. It's a thing. That's like going to the barbershop, talking about movies and sports and all that.
You will pay $50 to talk about movies and
Some
sports.
people do.
You can
That's
do
like
it
a
for free
thing.
here at the Cruz Control.
Like Johns go to the hair salon. That's a whole culture of the hair salon.
I would say it's different for women though. It's a lot different. I think it's more for women.
How so?
That's why they get charged more. They got a lot more hair to deal with. And you can mess up long hair crazy. Like Benny has the longest hair I think here. If Benny got like a cut but he wanted it to be short, you could mess that up easy and it'll be more visible because it'll be uneven. It'll look sloppy. It'll look
disagree.
disheveled. No, I
when
think
you a guy and you getting a sharp line, the line is visible, and you getting chopped if that joint is nutty.
yo, you getting chopped?
Not everything is pause worthy.
No, that's a fact though. If your hairline is
Yeah, if your joint is off hilter-skelter. If your joint is off kilter, you a done bun.
No, I feel like
I'm roasting
I feel
you.
like women go through the same thing, but it's just men are more like
Like-
verbal with it right now. Like if we both had a bad haircut, we would just say it right here. We would try this Benny's beard. That's the first thing you talked about on the show.
But let's talk about your haircut right now, real quick, because that John kind of is hilter skelter.
My John?
Yeah, if you would ask me, first of all, I'm noticing I haven't looked at you in a few years because I hate you. But now that I'm looking at you, staring at you, your hairline is coming back. Are you pushing it back? What's going on? Are you balding in the forehead?
I might be balding in the forehead. I might.
Let me see. Do like a look over there.
Who is this boy, yo?
When's the last time you got a cut?
The Simon Cowell of haircuts.
When's the last time you got a cut?
Last week.
How often are you getting cuts? That's another
2
good
weeks.
question. Every 2 weeks? You consistent with it?
Yeah. More consistent now.
That's weird because I don't ever feel like you crispy.
When do you get a haircut?
I do like every 4 weeks. But the way my hair grows, I always look crispy. I always look like the best boy in the room. What are you laughing for?
Right.
I always look the best.
What, your hair grow perfectly?
Yeah, it just grows like in a shape up.
He has a bald spot and he's talking his hair's the best.
It grows in a shape
I don't
up.
understand. Dave, just look down real quick to the camera. He got it's back here. That's why he take all his pictures like this.
Hey, let me take this video real quick.
Yeah, like
I don't ever feel like you're crispy.
he's trying to clown somebody. You can feel how you
You
feel.
don't get a ball fade though.
Huh?
You don't get a ball fade though.
No, I don't get a ball
It
fade.
don't look too different.
What you get? What you get when you go to the barbershop? Like, what do you ask for? Or what's
To be honest, I don't even know because my barber knows me so well. It's just like
Sit down.
I'll sit down and that's a great feeling when your barber knows what you want.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of like having a local bar that they everybody knows you, and you want the usual. I always wanted to be like a person that they were like, you want the usual. That's so cool.
The usual.
You want your usual?
Sunglasses and Advil.
Imagine if they served that at the bar.
For you, just for Dave. You want your usual, Dave?
Yeah, I don't even know. I guess I get like a low taper fade kind of thing in the back and on the sides. Shape me up, shape the beard up. I'm out.
Same thing, Alex. Your barber.
And I get a
same
trim
thing?
on the top.
Your barber knows exactly what you want. You just go sit down.
Yeah, I changed it up a few times, but he knows. So.
He knows exactly what you want. Yeah, I feel as though that's another part of it too. Like you said, the experience with the barber becomes a person that knows your barber knows that you probably had a baby and you know how life is doing for you and what's going on with you, Alex. And my barber knows the same thing. They ask questions. It becomes a little bit more. And my barber's a little bit different because it's his own place, like his own studio shop area. So it's just like him and you. So like it's a little bit more open conversation. You know, when you go to a public area, you might want to say something, but you don't want people around you being newsy or what you're talking about. So me and my barber, we in that 45 minutes to an hour, it's like good conversation. We talk a lot about music. We have a lot of opinionated conversations, sort of like we do here on the Cruise Control, where it might be a little controversial. People might not agree with us, but it's more of an open space.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know where you was going with that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's really
Talking
weird.
about not talking about stuff in public. I'm like, what do y'all be talking about?
That's really weird that's where your mind went to, though. Like, nobody else in the room looked at me weird but you. You was the only one that was like,
I don't
talking
feel
about
safe.
y'all buttholes and all that.
I don't feel safe saying certain things in public. Like,
Yeah, because
I
like,
can talk about movies and music in a barbershop.
no, but I'm saying like I said, like we talk on here more controversial stuff. Like if we go into like political stuff or if we go into like media stuff like that, like stuff that people might look at you sideways about in public is just a little bit more open when you talk to your barber about it.
So, to bring it back to the topic then and to that point you just made, like, the real key to this story that you brought up is I gotta know what's the relationship between this guy who texted and the barber that texted him with the pricing. Because it's like I one, he should have been known this. Like, did he just hit up a random barber and the barber was like, yeah, I charge $350 an hour? I mean, I guess that's possible, and maybe the barber was like upcharging him crazy as a new client.
Yeah.
But it's also like, no, just don't ever. That's too much money for a cut. I don't care what it is. No cut is good enough that is worth $1,000. That's a good question that I want to ask y'all. Like, what's the price that's like absolute cutoff? There's no way I'm gonna pay based on what I'm getting. Like, there's no haircut that's worth $1,000 because what's the $1,000 of service for? But am I getting a head massage? Like, am I getting?
And it don't last.
Are you putting titanium hair in my head that's never gonna
I will
grow
say,
or get messed up ever?
I will
again?
say, I always thought it was cool when I watch like a barber like giving a haircut or something, and they got like the magnifying glass and stuff. They got like different tools that I've never seen before, and they just giving haircuts. I feel like it's, you get what I'm saying? Like they always got like
When they
lights and all that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, when they like really get into the art side of
yeah,
the
the
haircut.
the artsy side of it. Because some barbers will say that it's an art to them, just like this is an art, like comedy and podcasting, music. They'll say it's an art, which it is. I think giving a haircut is a form of art. But with that being said, if people are gonna pay, you know, $700 to see a show and see that art form, or pay for a painting or something, a barber's probably looking at it the same way. Like, if I'm gonna give you this art and everybody's gonna see, I'm gonna charge you up for it. I could see why they charge it, but I would never pay. Like, the highest I'll go, and this is broke Dev, like Dev right now, like not famous Dev. If I'm not famous and it's just me right now, the highest I'll probably go is probably like what Alex said, like 60, maybe 70. That's probably the highest I'll go. I'll give 100 if like it's Christmas time and I need a cut, and like I'm giving you 100 for 50 for Christmas presents, 50 for my haircut.
I have tipped like that before.
You feel me?
Like it's a certain time of the year.
For your kids.
I'm like, yo,
You came back, you said, I have done that.
because I get what you're saying.
It's relatable.
I get what you're saying. Like, I relate. Can you relate?
But no, like that's
A certain time of the year, I'll give a little extra. You know what I mean? I know you try and get the kid a gift or whatever.
Right. But other than that, like if it's a regular Tuesday,
But
at
100
most.
is pushed now. I don't know. I don't know. This reminds me of,
If I have money to spend, like crazy money, like we blow up on the pot and I got money to spend, I will get $1,000 haircut one time just to see how it feels. Just to see, like,
I don't think it's worth it.
just to see, like, go to Diddy and be like, yo, Diddy, I'm famous now. Like, what's up? It's the Cruz Control pod. Where's your barber at? Yo, Dev, he costs $1,000 a cut. I just want to see the
Why would
experience.
you go to Diddy?
Because he went online and he was the one that posted that he pays his barber like $5,000, but the barber stays with him like all day.
See, that's different though.
Yeah,
That's totally different. That's what I started by saying. Like, I heard Steve Harvey pays X amount. I'm sure Diddy does, but there's a like traveling bar, like that's your personal barber. So you're not only paying them for the service that you're getting, but also the time, the dedication, the exclusivity. Like that is being factored in. If this bull is just a regular barber with just clients, 1,000 is nuts.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say to make my point from earlier in a different way, this reminds me of there's this restaurant in Philly that has like a $300 cheesesteak. I don't know if you ever heard of this.
no.
So
tough.
it's like a super fancy restaurant, and because it's Philly, obviously they sell like they want to have Philly local flavor. So they have a cheesesteak, but it's like on this beautiful artisan roll, and they use like Wagyu beef in it, chopped up and all. They use
okay.
super rare cheese,
That's
whatever.
tough. Wagyu cheese.
So beef.
Oh, my Ragu, isn't that the sauce?
Is you dumb, boy? So anyway, they use all these like special ingredients and stuff, but they charge $300. And I went one time with a couple friends, and my friend Mike bought it, and I was like, oh, and it does come with like a little half bottle of champagne or whatever. But I still don't think like a cheesesteak to me, there's a cap on how much I would spend for a cheesesteak.
Right.
Cause it's like an everyman meal. It's not something that's ever worth $300. It's not that rare. That's what the same way I feel about this haircut. Like, there's a cap to how much you should pay for a haircut because there's only but so much you can do with the cut that makes it worth any more money than like we said, maybe $100.
So, all right, go ahead.
If I paid $100, I want like steam on my face. I want the towel. I want possibly a head massage.
steam on my face.
Exfoliate me.
But then that's not a haircut.
But I'm never paying $1,000. Like that's way too overpriced for that simple of a thing.
So wait.
It's like a cheesesteak.
Continue the story. So you said he bought the $300 cheesesteak.
Yeah, and I
was
tasted
like-
it. It's not. It didn't taste worth $300.
Does that John like blew your mind? No, it was
No,
just regular John.
That's my point. It's a cheesesteak. That's the same thing you could get from a food truck for like $4.
All right, well, let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this again. Art form, just a thing that many people do, right? is it the same? Like if you go see a comedian, like a Kevin Hart comedian or something, how much those tickets gonna cost, right? So much money, right? But can you get that same laughter from a guy who's kind of newer and not spending too much money, more of an up and comer? That's my thing, is like, what are you paying for at that point? Are you doing it just to have the experience, to say like, yo, it's Kevin Hart, like I spent this $300 to see like one of the top comedians in the game right now? Or are you doing it because you truly think that it's gonna be worth the money? What is the mindset going into it? The experience, or you actually think it's worth it at that point? So for you, you would say you're just doing it for an experience, just to try it, just to see. You don't even think it's going to be different. You just want to try it.
I don't. I think the value proposition is different on those two things. That's not a great comparison.
How?
Because if it's a comedy show with a famous comedian, there's all those things are being factored in to that experience, like their level of fame, the amount of tickets that they're selling, how in demand the ticket is. Like there's all these different factors. A haircut is, you are cutting hair off my head with tools. It's much simpler. That's what I'm saying. For me, there's a cap to how much I'm willing to pay for a barber, and $1,000 is nuts. You can only do but so much to a head of hair.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're saying you disagree, or you feel like it's, if you have the money, is that what your stance is? If you have the money, you might be willing to pay for.
So if I got money to blow, like FU money, like just money that I can, it's not going to affect me. Yes, I would. And I would only do it one time. I know I don't need it every, like Diddy says he does it like every 2 weeks or so, like that. I don't need that every 2 weeks. I would do it the one time just to see, like, if it's different. Like you said, does the boy come in and he's like, yo, I got a briefcase full of hot towels. Here's some cucumber patches. I'm going to shape you up real quick. Relax. I got music playing in the back. Let me put on my Spy Kids eyeglass and cut the little lines in your hair. Whatever, right? Like, I just want to see it. And then if like things is sharp and I'm like, yo, this is the best haircut I ever had. I look sharp. My forehead don't look as big as it used to be. Whatever the case may be, like everything looks perfect. I'm like, this boy tough. Like it was.
This makes me think of a question I'll ask y'all. Maybe my last question.
Go ahead.
Is your haircut like a status symbol, or can it be that? Is that a part of the aesthetic for guys to be like? Because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like Alex was trying to flex on us, talking about 60. We all said our numbers. He went last.
I don't think Alex was trying to flex. I think that's true.
I'll go 60. His voice got all deep. I'll go 60.
I could understand if Alex said like I'll go 51, like he was just trying to one up us.
That would sound dumb. He tried to flex on us, low key. We should jump him.
No, I think
but Alex be getting dragons and stuff drawn on his head.
Yeah, and it's different. You see that line in the middle of going all the way around the circle of his head where the long hair meets.
Oh yeah. He look like Apocalypto.
That whole jaw. Alex get a spike through his nose.
Feel like he about to do a sacrifice in a Mayan ritual.
Nah, for real, if I'm being real though, barbers for me, like Dev said it, my barbers charge crazy, like barbers nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's not even my choices.
I think,
it's not my call.
I think, I truly think
being coerced.
I truly think that's what it is the newer generation
getting a haircut against my will.
First off, I think haircut in the sense of like presenting yourself as a person. Your hair is probably like top 3 things that a person.
What is it? Your hair? To name the 3.
I think it's shoes.
Your balls. Are they presentable?
I was trying to be serious. Turn this to a joke. I'd say hair, like, and beard included. So, because the haircut includes your beard. So I'm gonna say like your facial hair plus your hair, and I think your shoes. And then like I don't want to say like, because outfit would be like that's your whole body at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I would say like appearance, because I was gonna say smell, but smells is not an appearance. You just would y'all include that, like smell or accessories? I could say
if you got like a nice chain
or a nice cologne or something on or something like that. Yeah. Because everybody like you and Alex wearing white t-shirts right now, you could make a white t-shirt pop, but you can get that t-shirt at Walmart or something. It's not gonna be crazy expensive, but you can make that go well with a nice lay. You know what I mean? But the shoes, the haircut, and then like the accessories from the smell to what you got on, I feel like people are gonna look at that more. So the haircut has to be on, and the beard has to be on point. Just think about it. If somebody come up to you with a crazy looking hair or something weird, what's the first thing you're gonna think about them, or the first thing that you approach them with? Like, I'm not trying to talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, you look like unkempt.
Yeah,
Right.
But
Strong
I
Kemp.
do think it's a status symbol because I feel like for men, if you go to somebody and be like, yo, how much you pay for your cut? And they're like, oh, I throw my barber like 100. You go like, you might not say it out loud, but you go, oh, snap. Like, you must have a tough barber, or you must.
Nah, me, because then I got to look at your hair.
And that's what's messed up about it, is that you could go get a $10 haircut and that person does as good a job as a person who's doing a $90, $100 haircut.
A Wagyu cheesesteaks versus regular cheesesteaks. And that's the first segment.
And llama.
That's hilarious. But no, that's ridiculous. Shout out to y'all and everybody where your haircuts that you get, but don't spend $1,000 on a haircut, people. I think we agree it's not worth it.
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't think so.
I don't think it's worth it.
$350 an hour for what? And what haircut is taking 2.5 hours? Don't take a break while you get my haircut.
Right.
Don't start eating lunch and making phone calls and all this. That reminds me of the what's that show, Atlanta? Remember that episode where he went to his barber
And he made him do everything.
doing everything except giving him a cut? Spent the whole day running around doing errands. He had that Bluetooth in the whole time.
He made him like drive past his baby mama's house and stuff like that.
2.5 hour cut. My cut takes 35 minutes.
Yeah. Mine takes like 40 to 45 minutes. I think it's a little longer, but
Well, because y'all talk about like chlamydia and stuff like that. Other private things.
that's stupid. But Dave, speaking of private things that shouldn't be brought to the light. Have you guys heard? First off, do you guys know who DDT, Alex? DDG. Do y'all know who DDG is?
That's a wrestling move.
DDG is not as DDT is the wrestling move. DDG is a rapper slash. I think he also streams, right, Alex? He's a YouTuber. Have you ever heard of this guy? This rapper slash YouTuber dude?
I can't say that I have.
He's dating the Joan Halle Bailey. Halle Bailey, the Joan that played the Little Mermaid.
Is that her real name?
Halle Bailey, right?
Halle Bailey.
Huh? Halle Berry. Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
Hey, yo, Jerry Chestnut.
How would you say Halle? That's her first name. Isn't that Haley?
Holly.
Holly.
Halle Bailey? Yeah. Halle Bailey. DDG is dating Halle Berry, the John who...
Can't get this out.
Halle Bailey. DDT is dating Halle Bailey, who's the Little Mermaid in the new movies, right?
Right.
Real famous girl, real famous actor, very pretty. Dude came out with this song called Famous. Mm-hmm. I might play a little snippet for you guys. But this song is blowing up all over social media because this dude basically said that he hates it and he despises when she goes on camera and kisses other dudes. And he be feeling jealous and be thinking about it.
Wait, play the...
You just want me to play it for you?
Yeah.
All right, so the song...
This song addresses this?
It addresses everything.
Okay, because in order to do this topic, I got to get in the mindset. So I got to understand what DDT is doing. Mm-hmm. DDG. Now I got to understand what type of artist this person is.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
with Haley Slaley. Haley Clit.
I'm gonna start from the beginning. All right, the beginning of the song. This song is called "Famous." Okay, off his new album. Here we go.
So it's gonna be like.
Fall in love, I hate that shit. Knocking me up on ground, I can't fuck with relationships. I ain't even got enough time in the day for me to chase a bitch. I don't even ask for much, I ask you to do the basic shit. Hardest thing I did was fall in love with a famous bitch. Fans all
Off Rippy. Hardest thing I ever did was fall in love with a famous bitch. He's calling his girl bitch off rip. That's crazy.
Not off to a hot start.
Not even.
That's crazy.
And it was garbage. It wasn't even tough.
He really wrote that.
He said, I don't ask much.
That's romantic. Babe, I wrote this song for you.
It's me, DDT. And my brother, the Bronco Buster.
You want to hear it?
So his last line of his first verse was, "I don't ask for much. I ask you to do the basic shit. Hardest thing I did was fall in love with a basic bitch."
Right.
All right, let's keep it going.
My penis. Too much stress, don't need.
Wait, what?
You gotta run that back. We need some context.
Fans all on my penis. Too much stress, don't need it. If you see me tweet, don't read it. I swear I'll delete it. Sometimes I feel so defeated. Broken hearts repeated. Said I love you, did you mean it? Why don't I believe it? I'm trying to figure out what we gon' do. How we gon' get to the top? Filming a movie, now you kissing dudes. You know I love you a lot. I don't give a fuck if that shit for promo. I don't wanna see this shit no more. Why is y'all holding hands in a photo? You know I'm insecure, that's a no. I keep coming back, wanna leave, but I'm too attached.
What is he racing motorcycles? This is a Need for Speed exclusive.
I kind of can't focus on the lyrics because what is happening with this track?
The beat just got real stupid.
Don't turn it to a Gran Turismo 5
Tokyo
waiting lobby.
You ever played the racing games at the arcade and the zombie in the front holding the flag like this?
I thought the song was gonna be like, and that's what takes me high.
Yo,
Nobody knows what song I'm representing, but
we talked about it here. What DJ allowed this to happen?
wait, play a little more.
Hold on. For the lyric breakdown.
Oh yes.
For the lyric breakdown, he says, "You filming a movie with you kissing dudes. You know I love you a lot. I don't give a f if that shit's for promos. I don't want to see this shit no more. Why is y'all holding hands in the photos? You know I'm insecure. That's a no-no.
He's insecure.
He's in his bag. Let's get back to this Need for Speed real quick.
Taking shopping, I'm thumbing through racks. Ain't no limit, I'm spending the max. All these niggas that be in your DM tryna tell you they proud, but the motherfuckers don't even know you, so I wanna know how. But I know that's just part of the game. All these industry niggas is lame. They just want you cause you got a name, and because you the girl that I claim. All these motherfuckers all in my business. It be stressing me out on some real shit. I get so high, I can't feel shit. I get so high, fall in love, I hate that shit. Knocking me off my ground, I can't fuck with relationships.
You done with it?
Yeah, that's whack.
You done with it?
Boo.
They said the second verse gets even worse, so we gotta play the second verse. But I'm only gonna play a snippet of the second verse, cause the part that everybody's talking about online is the second verse.
All right, but
All right, go ahead.
let's go on to that.
So he said, "Boys was in her DMs. They don't even know her. Alex, you was in her DMs. Alex was.
Halle Bailey.
He's talking about Alex.
Right.
Alex hit up Halle Bailey.
That I will say that is nuts if you go in somebody DMs and say I'm proud of you. You don't even know them.
Well, would you be mad and call her a girl?
That's like trying to bag 101 right there. I'm proud of you. Remember where you started? No, I don't even know you.
You weak.
You don't even know where I started. So I kind of get that logic there.
So Alex was DMing her, and her DM said, "I'm proud of you. This is my $50, $60 haircut."
Right.
What do you think? DDG saw it, was mad.
He said, "Oh, these guys are lames." I mean, he's really spilling his heart about dating a famous person.
And he's like he's putting their personal business
Overall,
out there.
it feels nasty.
Childish.
It feels like he's a weak boy.
Childish. And these lyrics are garbage.
It's like he's doing it for clout.
Right.
Yes, that's what
because
it feels
she's
like.
more famous.
Yeah.
And he's
That's
just,
what it feels like.
All right, so let me get in. Let me fast forward a little bit. Try to get to the second verse because this is the one that everybody's talking about.
All on my penis. Too much stress, don't need it. If you see me tweet, don't read it. I swear I'll delete it. Sometimes I feel
It's after this part. After this little.
broken hearts repeated.
This the chorus.
Said I love you, did you
Yeah,
mean
this
it?
is the
Why
second verse
don't
right
I
here.
believe
Right
it?
here.
I be so insecure that I be thinking you really be fucking niggas you in movies with. But on the internet, I just be cooling it. But in my head, a nigga really losing it. Gotta be paying good cause you keep doing it. I might just tweet something just to ruin it. I got a platform, I'm abusing it. It's a couple things about your job I wanna know. When you shoot your movie, do these niggas turn you on? When you
Cut that off. What's going on?
I never. Yo, what is this?
Yo, the boy.
DDT is going
This might be
crazy.
the most insecure boy I ever heard of.
Just Issa Rae right here. He's so insecure.
One thing I will appreciate is this is just like super straightforward.
Oh yeah.
Like, let me ask you questions about your movies. It's like if this girl had any thought who he was talking to.
The Little Mermaid. Was you fucking the crab?
Yo, yeah, about Little Mermaid.
That really made me mad. Will you be texting the crab?
Are they proud of you under the sea?
Are they proud of you? Yo, this is the stupidest
Yo,
shit.
he's so explicitly at her, like,
Yo, bro, this is
let
crazy.
me ask you a question about your movies. Do you get turned on?
Yeah. So the lyrics go right. The lyrics go.
That's hilarious, yo.
She filmed a kids movie. Yo.
The crab was in his bag under the sea, under the panties.
Yo.
So she said, "Look," he said, "I've been so insecure, thinking you really effing the people in your movies, but on the internet I be cooling, but in my head I be losing it. Gotta be paying good because you keep doing it. I might just tweet something to ruin it. I got a platform, I'm abusing it. I got a couple things to ask you.
That's whack.
When you shoot your movies, do they turn you on? When you leave the set, are y'all still checking each other's phone? Each other on with
Yeah,
phone.
bad bar.
Just because they filming it, it don't mean that it ain't wrong. So he's saying just because you guys are filming this doesn't mean that it's not a bad thing. This
All right,
guy
we gotta discuss this. This guy is like
in his baggie.
the most insecure. Although this is not something that's new. It's weird to see a guy doing it to a girl. Because usually it's the other way around. Like we just had the whole Zion thing. We talked about it, right, a few weeks ago?
The Zion, yeah, that
Like that's more normal occurrence. A girl exposing a dude on Twitter or whatever like that. This guy's like threatening that. So it just feels weird coming from a dude
Yeah.
to threaten like a woman who's successful and saying, he basically was saying, I'll do something on Twitter to expose you or ruin your career, derail it. Mm-hmm. Who knows what he's talking about?
all because she was
Is he
kissing a
talking
ball.
about nudes? Is he talking about, you know, some controversy that he can just stir up because he has a platform?
Or like
he
if-
said, I have a platform, I'm gonna abuse it.
Or if she
That's
said something
nuts.
to him confidence and then he like recorded it or text messages, right? You know what I mean?
Like it don't really take much to derail somebody's stuff.
Right.
And she's the one that's playing Little Mermaid, right? Like Disney,
Yeah.
that whole thing. So any stain or taint on her image could ruin that bag for her.
Right. And it's Disney
He's
too.
wild
She-
for that.
She got a Disney bag. Like you gotta chill.
Yeah, he's
You
a
gotta
weirdo.
chill.
He got a weak spirit.
Yeah. How old is this kid?
It's 20.
Didi Chi is I think he's in his 20s. Yeah, I think Alex is right. I could check that up real quick.
She's just bigger than him. That's why he's mad.
Mentally, he's 6.
25. He's 25.
You got a lot of growing to do.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. Why would you even threaten that?
And he says he's mature.
And like he probably in his head thinks this is him with mature emotional reflection. It's just you come off as weak.
Yeah.
It's the weakest bull.
Yeah, why would you do that to your girl? And I do think, do I want to say this?
And she's 23. So they're both mid 20s right now.
Yeah.
What is he gonna say? Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know.
You don't
Does
want
it feel? I'll ask it as an open-ended question.
Go ahead.
Does it feel worse coming from a dude doing that to a girl than vice versa? Like, is that a gender norm thing that I'm kind of asking about?
I don't think it's a gender norm thing. But
You get the question though.
Yeah, I get it.
Like when a girl does it to a dude, exposes him or whatever. I guess maybe because it's happened more often, it's kind of normalized. Like, oh, that's what girls do.
it's more expected for sure.
Yeah, they'll expose you and they feel hurt about the fact that you slept around or
Yeah.
whatever. But when a guy does it seem like more unforgivable? Like, dude, you're a grown man. Like, why are you complaining about some girl being famous? holding
Well, I
hands
mean-
with people.
Yeah. Why are you not celebrating her successes?
Right.
He said we want to win together. Like,
Nah, I just wonder how celebrating Succession look like.
He could have made a song like just being
Like he just
hype.
be clapping during
We
when she
should have
getting
made a song
piped.
for the Mermaid soundtrack.
When she getting piped on screens, be like, yeah, that's my baby.
Nah, but like, I can understand if he was doing like this crazy role or something that he really felt like this was worthy of it, but
No, I think, and again, I think it's a guy's podcast. We're coming from a guy's perspective. I wonder if women, when they see the reverse of it, if the women are like, yo, like they're like us, like clowning them. You know what I'm saying?
I think some women are.
I think they do just like us. I think it's just the matter of where I look at this. It's like Benny said exactly. You have to be proud of your lady for her successes and what she does. You have to trust her that she's not cheating. If you don't trust that, if you don't believe in that, then just leave her. Like, it's simple. You're famous. You're a YouTuber. You got your wrestling move. Like, you got a bunch of stuff going for you. Like, like, just leave her and end it. Like, don't put her through this by threatening to put stuff on Twitter, saying you're gonna go up there and talk about it. Like, now that's her career, and like Dave said earlier, now that's the Disney money possibly down the drain. Right. That's any other future endeavor she might have because you're getting ready to expose her. You're saying that she's kissing dudes, and also I've seen people who, like, if you got a crazy lady or a crazy dude, some of these studios won't take you based off of that, based off of just being afraid of what they will do to ruin the career. You know what I'm saying? So he's probably already messing up the bag, and he don't even know it by putting this song out.
Yeah, this is definitely for her.
To your point about like women speaking out against when women do it to guys, I think there's women that do, but one of the things that I do think is a gender dynamic or norm is that more women often feel like the girl has a basis for making that exposure because women are often behind men in terms of like income and wages and all this. So they think like men already have a leg up. So this is her way of kind of taking back some power. Like going back to the Zion thing, she exposed him and some women probably stepped up and said, oh, yes, girl, do your thing because us women are behind the 8 ball anyway. Like we're discriminated against. We're marginalized already. So I'm not mad at you for going to get yours. It's the same. It's similar to the whole conversation about when you get divorced and women who get with a powerful rich man and then all of a sudden they want half of his money when they divorce. A lot of people think that's unfair.
Yeah.
But it's all too common that you come into something and then it's all of a sudden like you're entitled to things, which kind of what this guy, he feels entitled to certain like assurances in his relationship.
Yeah.
That you could argue you're not justified in telling her she can't mess with, do movies where she's doing scenes with guys or whatever.
So,
and she's famous. She's gonna get DMs from people and all that.
This is interesting. Right. This is interesting because I saved the topic, or I saved the thing on Twitter. Did you guys hear about the Jonah Hill thing? If you guys haven't heard about it, Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend went on Pop Crave, which is like a social media account that they like release stories and stuff, and she sent them a text message that Jonah Hill sent her. Now, mind you, this is a long text, so I'm going to try to abbreviate it, but it goes exactly to what you're talking about, because she was trying to pseudo expose him for being like abusive. Like on here, she said he's misusing boundaries by sending this message. But Jonah Hill said in this text message, plain and simple, if you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to models, to post pictures of yourself in bathing suits, to post sexual pictures, or friendships with women who are in unstable places from your wild and recent past, beyond getting lunch or coffee or something respectful, I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you happiness, I support it. And there will be no hard feelings, but these are my boundaries in a romantic relationship. So she put that on Twitter saying like, oh, he's saying I can't go out surfing with guys, or I can't go out and have friendships with models and stuff like that. But Jonah Hill in the text message is saying, this is just what hurts me. This is like where my boundaries stand. If that's what you want, I support you, but we can't have a romantic relationship past that. And I understand that, but I feel like that's the right way to approach a situation. First off, personally, he sent it through text. He didn't put it on Twitter or Instagram.
Right.
She did it. And personally, I think that's okay to say that. There's a hat for every head in this world. There's a person for you out there. There's going to be a woman who has those same moral boundaries and agrees with him, then she's going to give him that, as far as he's going to give her what she wants or what he wants. So at the end of the day, in my opinion, as long as you establish that in a personal area, you shouldn't be mad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird that he's deciding it to go about this way. Instead of just, hey, you know what? I have a couple boundaries. This is what it is. If it's not that, then we can't have a romantic relationship. That's just where I'm at. And even in the song, I think he said, like, I told you that I didn't like this stuff and you're continuing to do it. So it's like, at that point, why don't you just end it? Why don't you just break it off? Why are you now forcing her to do stuff and that she doesn't want to do, or forcing her to pass on money or to pass on endeavors because of your insecurities?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And in the example that you gave, that's probably where I would stand. Like with the John who was with Jonah Hill, if she has, because I think the story is that she is like a surf instructor, right?
Right.
And so if he don't like that stuff and she don't like that, he don't like it, just break up.
Right. Simple and clean.
But like, why are you trying to expose them? What do you gain from that?
Right.
And I think they've been broke up. Like Jonah Hill's in a whole different relationship.
Yeah, but she wanted to expose him years later.
So
or something.
you know, the exposure piece is just nutty. With this rapper bull, if you don't like what she's doing, just break up with her. Mm-hmm. Why do this whole exposure thing? Like, do you think she's gonna wise up after you put this record out? Mm-hmm. She's gonna be like, oh my God, I didn't know you felt that way. Let me not hug people and let me delete my Instagram. No, if she does what she does, you gotta respect it. There's gonna be somebody out there who has no problem with that. With her doing movies, he's not as insecure as this ball. And you know, if she's looking for the right person, she'll find him. This reminds me of too the whole Rihanna ASAP Rocky thing, because when Rihanna was doing the Super Bowl and that whole run, people were like, "Oh, ASAP is just kind of playing the background."
Yeah,
and then he got criticized for that, for just being chill. But he came out in a few interviews and was like, "I support her. I support everything she does. I'm gonna be there like a proud boyfriend or husband, whatever he is." He didn't come out and start exposing her, saying, "I feel some type of way that you dancing pregnant and you do all these Fenty Johns." I know I don't feel no type of way that she does all the Fenty Johns.
It's just
I feel all right about it. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of Rihanna for doing all the Fenty ads.
I think the way people decide to go about their business is interesting. Like, that stuff can stay in home. You know, that stuff can stay inside. And
he really wrote a corny song about it. Like, the worst possible way you could.
With a corny beat too.
This.
He could have had like some, like if he did a Nas Ether joint, I probably would be more respectable for it, right? Right? But like, he did a corny Gran Turismo.
This has so many like offshoots of things. Like, I'm so tired of all these singy rappers too. I hate the sing rap thing.
You want me to finish the rest of the song?
No. I hate these guys who say they're rappers and they get on singing in them stupid whiny voices. Why you leave me? You ain't lonely. You didn't leave me. You ain't lonely. Disney didn't even know me.
That's really what he mad about.
Yeah, like
he didn't get no role.
They didn't even let him be a coral in the ocean.
Yeah, his girl.
He could have been a rock or something.
Some under the sea animal, a flounder or a fish or something. What about the shark?
Let my man DDG. What if the credits was rolling and it was like flounder number 3, DDG?
Yeah, like he would have got that Disney money, but instead his girl was kissing crabs.
At the writer's strike.
Doing the song.
The Hollywood writer's strike.
And actor's strike now. Everybody's striking.
Yeah. No, he got a weak spirit. He got a weak spirit. And last thing for me, if you a bum like this in your artistry, you definitely need to be tagging up with a more famous John. Pretty soon you about to be
lonely.
You either gonna be a stay at home. You probably want to be a stay at home dad at this point.
No, if
she got talent, she's got fame.
And if
let her rock out, keep making movies. You just be a cool boy. If she like you, if she thinks you're handsome, you know, just
if she listen, man,
play your position,
bro. If this gets her too upset and she leaves him, he's gonna lose a lot of his fans, because a lot of her fans probably became his fans when they started dating. She's gonna lose a lot of his fan base.
Like Dev,
what's up, bro?
You a bum right now, right?
I'm up there.
He couldn't get that out.
Can that be a sounder on the next episode?
You a bum, right? Yeah, that was funny. You a bum, right?
Petty be having these moments of happiness that
it was just funny. You really stuttered through that.
I stuttered though.
If Scarlett Johansson came up to you and was like, "I find you handsome. I think your haircut is crispy. I just want to be with you." Right? But you an active bum.
Okay.
As you are now.
She could have sex on camera in front of me. And I'm still with her. Whatever you say next.
That's what I'm asking you.
Whatever
Can
you say
you just
next.
be just her man?
Whatever
Nothing
you
else.
say next.
Are you okay with like an article in Newsweek or something saying Scarlett Johansson's boyfriend or Scarlett Johansson's husband? Like nobody knows your name, but you just a husband or a partner of a famous person.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
You're chilling.
I'm chilling.
You're never gonna feel insecure, you think?
Never ever gonna feel insecure.
What about you, Benny?
No, I definitely wouldn't feel insecure.
You could just play the background for
Yeah,
the rest of
you
your
got
life.
to. Yeah, especially if you genuinely got like respect and love for the person that you're with. You gotta know your role, bro.
What if
Stay on
Rihanna
YouTube.
Rihanna says, "I'm leaving ASAP. I want Dave Sap Rocky."
I'm cool. I got my Rihanna.
Oh, that's right. That's a good catch, Dave. Because she be
Dave.
listening. She be listening to the pod. There's gonna be
Easy,
a whole century out this joint.
But yeah, I think it might be harder said than done though. Like if you start going to red carpets and you just like
I'm chilling, bro. I'm gonna be wearing.
she's doing Scarlett Johansson's doing the red carpet.
I'm gonna
And
be
you just behind a cameraman or something like that.
Nah, cause she gonna put me out front. Listen,
And then the people be telling you get out the picture real quick.
nah, and then she gonna grab me by my hand and make me stay there. Listen, I'm gonna be wearing clothes that I never worn. I'm gonna be going to restaurants I never been to. Did you see the episode of The Bear where they went to the fancy restaurant? And I never seen fancy.
Is this in the new season?
It's in the new season.
haven't
The
seen
Bear
the
is a
new
TV show. I've never seen this. It's a fancy restaurant where like they said that like these fancy restaurants you have like 9-month wait and like they get you whatever you want. The John wanted pizza. The bowl ran to a pizza shop and the chef cut the pizza up into like pretty squares and stuff and cooked it in some way and then served it to her on a platter.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. I want that. So Scarlett Johansson want to go out there. She want to get piped on whatever on the TV show, whatever. Go do you, girl. I'm gonna be wearing Gucci. I'm gonna have fancy pizza. I'm gonna be out in the hills.
I'm gonna have a haircut.
I'm gonna have I'm gonna get $1,000 haircuts. You feel me? I'm gonna have 2 pools, a hot tub, Wagyu cheesesteaks, all rippy.
What if she gives you an allowance?
I'm gonna get an allowance. That's tough.
It's only like $150.
Now here's my thing.
A month.
I still want to work though. I don't want to be workless. Like I want to do like a regular job.
Workless.
Like I don't want her to support me 100%.
Dinnerless.
I'm gonna have dinner full. She gonna be feeding me.
Dinnerless house. Yeah, you got to learn how to cook for Scarlett Johansson, Dev. If you're gonna be a stay-at-home dad,
I could bake. I don't know how to cook.
Stay-at-home husband. You keep saying you could bake.
I'm gonna bring in.
Sick of this narrative.
I'm gonna bring in
bake.
I'm gonna bring in baked goods for the Cruise Control. We're gonna have a
next week. Baked goodies.
Yeah, bet that.
And not just brownies.
I'm gonna do a brookie, a brownie cookie Oreo.
Dev, you weak, bro.
That's tough. That sounds good, don't it? Daddy said it sound good.
That's the same. You always touting the same thing.
You want me to bring you a chocolate chip cookie, freshly baked?
If you say you a baker, I need multiple things baked. Anita Baker.
Dave,
don't bring me a brookie, because I just said no brownie products. You think I'm gonna bring a brookie? It's a brownie and a cookie.
You gonna eat it?
Make me a creme brulee. Then we can start talking.
You gonna eat the brookie if I bring it in next week?
No. I'm gonna kick it out of your hand.
What's the next topic, Dave?
What we question of the week?
Question of the week. What's the ringer for the question of the week? We don't got a soundboard, John?
No, we need a soundbar thing for the question of the week.
It's gotta be what Benny just did when I made that noise earlier.
Whatever it was, I forget already.
What's the question of the week,
What was
Dave?
the question of the week I wanted to ask you fools? Okay, so question of the week. And for the people listening too, weigh in when we post it on social media, or if you have our messages, send us a message, put it on a YouTube comment, whatever. We want to hear your opinion as well.
Yes.
But let's enter the freaky zone for a second.
Oh, snap. The freaky zone?
Freaky zone.
What is this? What's going on here, Dave?
I want to know, what do you do and I guess this kind of ties to this past topic we had, because it's about knowing your partner, understanding your boundaries, your limits, etc. What do you do if your partner is like way more sexually forward than you are? I don't know if y'all have had this experience before, but what I'm talking about, and for everybody who's listening, what do you do if your partner is just like way more out there? You know, this boy talked about his girl doing these sex scenes in the movies and kissing guys and holding their hands and all that. In a way, he might say like, you're way more sexually forward than I am. You're not afraid to express this on camera and big screen in front of, you know, millions of viewers, whereas I'm more private. But then this also could be other things. It could be like, you know, obviously sex is a part of everybody's adult life, but what if you just like, you try to keep it simple, you know, and your partner just wants to do like all the crazy things in the world? There's harnesses in your house and all that. You like,
Yo.
you know what I mean? What do you do when your partner is more sexually forward than you? How do you approach that? How does it make you feel? If you haven't had the experience, try to think about what that would feel like for you. Try to envision it. If you had the experience, speak it. Speak on it. Speak now, forever hold your peace. You heard?
I feel as though I wouldn't be like, it depends on how it all goes down, how it's approached, how we started off, how it goes like towards the middle of like us trying new things and whatever, and then where we end up at. Like, I feel like that all factors into how comfortable I would be. So like, if it's like right off the rip, like you just became my girl, and like right off the rip, you like, I got a harness in my house, I want you to put an apple in your mouth and go sit in there. I'm like, what? Like,
hi, I'm Tiffany. Can I peg you?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, that stuff it's
You
all
been pegged?
Come on, Dave. This is a crazy
question of the week.
That's the question of the week.
Have you been pegged?
No, I haven't. How about yourself?
No.
All right, I'm glad we got that out the way.
Alex? No. Betty?
No.
Libra.
All right, so nobody's been pegged.
I think we got this.
Got that established.
I'm glad we talked about that first, so you know.
Yeah, we got to get that out the way off rip. We got to see where what's the limits are. But yeah, like,
so how would
you want to be eased into it? You want training wheels. That's what you basically said.
It has to be. It's the approach to it is all about because at the end of the day, I feel like us in this room, we might have likes and wants or maybe things that we're curious about. Would y'all be right out there with your girl, like real rap, put handcuffs on, I'm gonna handcuff your leg and your arms together at the same time? You feel me? Blindfold on. Well, don't take a shower. Like,
I would say it's
I'm into stinky shit.
Why would you be into stinky stuff? Like, what is that?
That's a thing, man. People be into stinky stuff. People like the smell, like you smell like you just got out of the gym.
Yeah, that's true. People be buying panties and everything.
Yeah.
We live in a disgusting world, yo. But for them, that's not disgusting.
That's to you, yeah. That's just to you. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess my thought is, how would I approach it if I had stuff like that? And it wouldn't be off the rip. Like, off the rip is very vanilla. You know, we're going to just do the regular stuff. Start adding different positions in there once in a while. And then I might hit her with the boom, like, yo,
smell my ball. It's a little bit stinky.
I'm in the stinky shit. I'm in the stinky shit. Don't wash your feet.
Ew.
Walk on the floor with no socks on. Come see me in the room after 10 minutes. I'm in the stinky shit.
That's so dumb. I think it's complicated.
All right, elaborate.
I feel like there's many reasons why you could fall in love with somebody and love somebody.
Okay. So
when you talk about a relationship, you might really like this person on multiple levels. Their values, their worldviews, their empathy, their emotional maturity, all these different components. But then if you find out that sexually they are just like these wild freaks and maybe you're more tame, it's tough to say like I will or won't be with this person. And then it gets into, well, do I start to change who I am or try to explore what they like for the sake of me liking everything else about them? But for some people, sex is such a big part of their relationships that if they find this out and it don't vibe with what they are, that could be a deal breaker for them.
It is.
So I think that's the complicated part, is that if you really, really mess with somebody, you might either be able to overlook it, or it might be like this real deal breaker. But then you feel like, damn, why should this be a deal breaker? It's not like we don't have any chemistry. It's that she's trying to peg me. I'm just trying to chill. Like, I'm just trying to do the regular.
Take my shoes off.
I'm just trying to do the regular cha-cha.
I will say, people who I don't ever believe a person who doesn't believe that sex is a big part of a relationship. There's people out there who will say like, oh no, it's more like the passion and like, you know, the feelings that we have. I don't think so. I think like, I always said this, but like, if you're not having sex, then that's just a best friend, because that's truly what it is. And I feel like sex is a bigger thing in a relationship, whether you like to admit it or not. It is. It's.
Well, there are people that say they're like asexual though,
right? And even
that they don't really like
until they have sex, and it's like I kind of like this thing, but it's just.
Do you believe people that say that sex is not important to them, or you say
I don't
agree?
I don't
believe.
And this is my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. You live your life the way you want to live. It's just I've seen relationships be. You've probably seen this too, ruined because it wasn't good, or like you said, like it might have been, yo, she a little too much, or like, yo, he's a little too much. I don't know if I can handle it like that, or we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. I've seen that ruin relationships. I've seen it make it better. There's people out there, you'll stay, bro, you had friends or maybe family members that will stay with a girl and or guy if the sex is like excellent. I've seen it happen so many times, and it'll run your mind, and you won't even think about the bad that this person is doing, because when y'all have sex, it'll
power the box.
It's everything though, and then in the opposite way, the magic box.
He said that with such awe in his eyes. The magic box. He almost sang it.
That's Benny the Demon Slayer.
The magic box. The box slayer.
The Demon Slayer out here. But no, seriously, and then I totally agree, because when sex is that big of a factor, those things can be like groundbreaking, you know what I mean? Like, yo, she said like she want to peg me, like if she don't, like this might not work out for her, but like I love her. I love her.
Yeah, it's a real conundrum.
It's crazy. But
what do you think, Benny?
Then he got to think about it.
Yeah, I got to think about it a little bit more, but
this girl's kink is getting shaved.
Nah, you
He shaved his beard during. He said his chin itched.
I wasn't expecting this. We're doing a podcast.
Then he got a fan in the back of the camera.
Wasn't ready.
Right, he got. I am flustered beyond compare.
Yeah, it's super interesting to think about, like, because also the other thing about this that I think is worth noting is that it doesn't come from like a bad place, I don't think. Like when you think about what sex is,
right.
Like it's an expression of your love for somebody, like physically, or at least it should be.
Right.
It's also like a way for you to fulfill your own desires and find pleasure in that. Hopefully for everybody, sex is a pleasure thing. I know for some sickos, it's like a control power thing.
Yeah.
But when we're saying, we're having this conversation in the context of like a loving relationship. So if your goal is love, sex is a way to physically manifest that love. It's just that the way they physically manifest it is different. The methods they use is different.
Yeah.
It might involve some whips and chains, or like some things in your butthole.
Nah, come on.
So it like messes with your mind, because you're like, I know this is coming from a good place, but it's just not. I don't rock like that.
Yeah. I like
You know what I
stinky
mean?
shit.
So it's really tough, I think. It's a complicated thing.
It's sort of like, I look at it like when you're nervous to tell, like if sex not included with the other side of like a relationship, when you're maybe nervous or a little bit to tell like your partner about like maybe a big hobby that you have of yours. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the hobbies is a turnoff. I like to play video games, and I've heard girls that'll say like, oh, I can't have my man being inside playing video games. Like he needs to go out and like have fun, and he needs to know how to party and stuff. Even though I know how to do that stuff, they still find playing video games unattractive, or it makes you look like a nerd. Or I've heard that before from women. Yeah. So it's like, when that being said, as you start to learn about women on the other side of things, it's sort of the same thing. Because you think sex, you think regular old, like you said, vanilla sex. And then you start adding more things in there. Then the other side of the relationship is just like that. You start thinking, oh, a regular relationship, you know, I love you, we meet each other, whatever. But, oh, snap, this dude is in a adult dodgeball tournament. Like, what is he doing? Like, do I support this? Like, this boy is playing tennis. He's 38. Like, am I really
like
a
bottle caps?
He's in an improv group. We have 2 kids. Like, what is he doing? Like,
you should have been learned about the improv group before you had 2 kids. That can't be a secret you harbor for
hey, bro,
10 years.
People be like, you know? But I'm saying that stuff, it goes hand in hand. So I feel like the way you handle it in the other part of your relationship, which is like the love side, the, you know, with not sex included, is the same way you should handle it with the sex part of your relationship.
I've always said that, I'm going to speak for myself now because I feel like we've been talking kind of generally.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
You a freak?
I'm a freak bull. All right, let's establish that off rip.
He does have a kid, so.
I'm probably the freakiest in here. And I got one proof to prove it.
I'm about to throw up.
But I've always said that I would be open to trying things, but I guess I feel like I do have boundaries for sure. And I think it's all about communication. Like, remember, the original question was, what do you do if your partner is way more sexually forward than you are? So what I would do is I would just need to communicate through it all. Like, make sure that you're explaining to me what it is you like, why you like it, why you want to try it. And then you got to be open to me saying, I'm good with that, or no, I'm not good with that.
This boy want a thesis on why you want it in the butt.
10-page paper. Cite your sources. At a minimum.
10-page paper. Oh, why you trying to
give me a 10-page paper, cite your sources on why you want butt play. And then I'll take it into consideration, but there's going to be some things that I might say no to.
Yeah.
And then my partner has to be prepared to tell me how that makes them feel. If they feel like that's a deal breaker, like we've been talking about, well then, all right. What I'm going to do? Because sex can be that important in your relationship.
I think it is.
Where it makes or break it. So if you're like, look, I really can't be with you, like you don't stink at all and I need stink.
Right. I need that stinky shit.
Yeah. Like I need it.
You come home, then, you take showers. I loathe that.
I'm a clean bull. I'm a 2 shower a day bull.
You?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't stink.
Right.
I never stink. Just so we clear. I'm looking into the camera. I never stink. So if you into stink play, I'm not with it.
You with that stinky shit.
What is y'all's final answer on this topic?
Okay.
What do you do? What do you do?
Recite the question again and I'll give you my final.
What do you do when your partner is way more sexually forward than you are?
Okay.
How do you approach that?
I think, like I said in the beginning, kind of ease my way into it. And then as I start to learn more about her and her likes and what she wants, and we get involved with things, I think then and there I'll be able to be like, I'm not comfortable with that. I thought about it and I sat with it and I.
So yours is not about communication.
Snap.
Yours is about trying things on for size. So you will let something be put in your butt and then you figure out in a moment. I'm just trying to figure out where it's coming from, right?
Don't let me talk. You see how he just cut me off and then he just said a whole story? You want to put all the way in your butt and you wanted to sit there for a few seconds and then you be like, I don't like this. I never said that.
Let's say she's in the cucumber play. What you're saying is that you want her to like ease you through it, walk you through it. So you start with a cucumber, insert, and then you're like, I don't like this, or I do like this.
Why am I like
you figuring it out,
shaking it around?
I don't like this. Is that what you're saying?
No, David.
Okay. Go ahead.
I said I gotta sit with it and think about it.
Hey, yo, he gotta sit with the cucumber. and think about it.
Pause.
Some people say the cucumber tastes better pickled.
No. Pause. I gotta say, that is true. I caught myself in that one. I gotta sit with the idea.
I gotta sit on it.
I gotta sit with the idea. So like if she comes and she's like, yo, I like cucumbers, stinky shit. Like I want all that. Don't take a shower, put this cucumber up your butt, then come to the room.
Right.
I gotta be like, sit with it for a little bit, like, nah, I don't think I like that idea. I don't like the thought of that. Can we somehow come to an agreement on something else that will make you happy? Maybe I don't wash my feet. Maybe I go straight from work and I call you up like, yo, I'm home from work. That was a sweaty day today. Where you at?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
These balls.
Yeah, come suck on these sweaty balls. You feel me? But I'm more of a person.
So you're a coward.
Yo.
That's what I took from that.
Benny, what you think, man?
So what do y'all think about like a relationship getting long to a point where y'all have to kind of experiment? So it kind of forces your hand to try new shit.
Like you've been in it so long that once you find out, or that are you saying the freaky stuff is like something to spice up the relationship?
Exactly.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah,
but
I feel like
again, there's limits though.
Yeah.
I feel like things can manifest out of nowhere. Maybe something that wasn't on either of y'all's radar.
And then boom. Finger in your butt.
We swinging.
And then boom.
And then boom. Orgy. That's a thing.
Yeah.
For some people, it's like they hit a certain age and they're like, yo, you know what I mean? We've been doing the hunky chunky for a minute.
And then boom.
I want to spice it up. And then boom.
Put your nose in my ass.
2 girls, 1 cup.
Put your nose in my ass, I'm a fart. I'm into that stinky shit.
Hand on my thighs and my knees behind you.
Poke a hole in my top. Poke a hole in my top.
Get a cucumber. I gotta sit on it.
Nah, I understand that. That is a good point because there's couples out there who's been married for 30 plus years who like.
But that could also come from one partner. One person could think we need to spice it up.
Now, would you be?
And then they start throwing curveballs at you, and you're like, "Whoa, we've been together for 20 years now, and you now just telling me that you want to like, you want bestiality,
Dave?
You want to bring a horse into the bedroom?
Oh my god, that went crazy left. It's like, I'm looking the other way now. That's not even.
But you invested so much time in this person.
You could have
so much
said
money,
anything
so
else.
much effort, all the dates, all the wedding, and and then that pops up out of nowhere.
It's
interesting.
It's difficult because if that is that crazy and you've been with this person for a long time, and it becomes a deal breaker, it becomes something like, yeah, well, like this is gonna help, or like I don't see our relationship. Like this is what I want. Now you got to ask yourself, like,
I'm not gonna lie, what Benny just asked makes me feel like, it makes me think about even bigger picture with human beings. Like, if sex is an important part of relationships, is that something that almost everybody eventually needs? Is something to spice up
bestiality?
No. Something to spice things up because of the fact that you might just get tired of the same thing over and over for like years and years. Because we live generally like we live in a society that you're supposed to be monogamous, one partner, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But then there's all these people that talk about, well, do you just like one person your whole life? Like, do you want other people or things? And sometimes these sexually forward alternatives are a way to spice things up, just to keep it fresh. So it is almost like, does every relationship go through that at some point or another, in whatever form that takes, like whatever.
Yeah, but then my argument would be like, as well, the reverse, like your partner has to be ready. It wouldn't be okay for her or him to give you this like idea and then not be ready for like a rebuttal, or be ready for maybe some alterations to what he or she wants. So I would say as much as they might call it unfair for me being sort of like standoffish about it, I would say it's unfair for them not understanding my point of view. So I feel like, yeah, it might get real freaky. Yeah, it might go out there, but you have to be more inclined to be prepared for an answer to the response to what you wanted. You know, it doesn't make any sense what I'm trying to say. Like, Either it has to go equally both ways. So if you want to, like, let's just use Dave's example. If you want to bring a horse into the room, you have to be ready for me to be like, all right, let's just like chill real quick.
Let's get a pony.
Like, yeah. Like, let's just like, let's think about it real quick. Let's start with smaller animals.
Right.
We can make our way up.
Let's get a hedgehog.
There's always going to be a compromise, though.
Let's get a hedgehog.
There's always got to be a compromise.
How big is the horse?
I do think that there's a chance too that for somebody that's just too scary and they just jump out of it. They jump out of the relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
If somebody start on some like OD freak stuff and you don't, it just came out of nowhere, I think it could scare somebody off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then it makes you wonder if that was ever meant to be, because that's why they talk about finding somebody who's equally yoked as you, like somebody who you got similar likes and dislikes
Equally
with.
yoked?
You never heard of that? Because you dumb, boy. That's a common saying.
I thought yoked meant like strong. Like, isn't they say when you yoke, don't they mean that like you husky? No? No, somebody say something.
That's right.
You've heard that before?
No.
You never heard equally yoked?
No, I've never heard you.
Not for no strength.
For sure.
Yes, they say they yoked up. Yeah, that means like,
Yeah, you've heard it before.
yeah, but you dumb.
see, he heard it before, but he's calling
Equally
me
yoked
dumb.
is a common saying.
Suck my ball.
Ew, you freak. Boy, sexually forward on the pod.
Trying to spice things up.
Spice the pot up. I like that
Episode
stinky
87.
shit. I like that stinky shit. Nah, yo, but good. I will say this good question of the week.
I want to hear what people have to say.
do wanna
I
hear-
know there's a lot of freaks in our fan base. A lot of freak listeners.
A lot of it is our family.
A lot of controllers is pure freaks. So
To all our freaks out there, make some noise. Hands on your knees.
that was the question of the week. When we put it out, please give us your feedback. Let us know, what do you do when you come across a partner who's too sexually forward? Maybe you
Yeah.
have an experience of it. Listen, I really appreciate when somebody weighs in on a question of the week and gives us some insight.
Yes.
Those have been some of the best responses, where it's like, I've dealt with this, that, and the third. Blah, 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 blah. Let us know if you feel brave enough. You don't got to say names, but give us the context. That way we could speak on it next week and bring some other opinions to light, because maybe we missed something about as part of this conversation.
And I always like it because we come from a male's perspective. So we do have female listeners to the pod that always give us great feedback and great answers to this. So please, ladies, if we open it up to the floor, maybe it feels a little different if a male comes up to a female and says they have something that they want to try or something that they want to do. It might be a little bit more, the different of opinion, I think, always matters. So like Dave said, please chime in on the YouTube when we put it on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever the case may be. Please chime in. Let us know how you feel. But Dave, you know what time of the week it is. You know what time of the day it is. Before we get into this week's top 5, I wanted to talk about where this top 5 kind of stemmed from. So this week, for those who haven't heard or didn't know, the Queen Bee touchdown in Philly. Beyonce on Wednesday, I believe, that was July the 12th, was in Philly. People was going crazy. She shut down the city like she always does wherever she goes. I heard stories like she bought out like the first 3 rows of the concert, so like nobody could get close to her, but also for like her friends and family. I heard that like she shut down blocks, like people were going nuts for her. She's just, she's Beyonce. She is who she's gonna be. And Philly has been seeing this in the past few weeks the past couple months with Taylor Swift touchdown in Philly, and the videos were going crazy. Now Beyonce touchdown in Philly. Philly has just been popping when it comes to concerts, but specifically with female artists. And great female artists, Dave. Beyonce, Taylor Swift. As much as we talk about Taylor Swift, that girl getting money. And she out here hustling, and she's out here selling out arenas and stadiums and just popping. So with that being said, Dave, this week's top 5, we're gonna give our flowers to the ladies this week. And this week's top 5 is gonna be top 5 female artists of all time. No matter what the genre is, we just showing love to the ladies this week. You know what I mean? Ladies, y'all freaked out. Y'all can sing and stuff. We gonna give flowers to the ladies this week. Top 5 female artists of all time.
Why you in the movies? Showing off your boobies. How you gonna do me like this? You an actress. You put me under the mattress. Yo, Dev, can I spit a verse real quick?
Go ahead, bro. Do your thing.
Listen. I'm a freak ball. I like it in the butt. Put it in my cup.
Okay.
I don't even like nuts.
Okay.
I just like butts and boobies. Put me in the movies. Show me how you do me. I'm super insecure. But guess what? I'ma rock your world. I'ma put a tweet out, ruin your life. Then I'm gonna make you my wife. Cause I love you. I wanna hug you. I don't even wanna rub you. Give me a $10,000 haircut. So I could be a glut. I'm into stinky shit. Under the sea, see me with a crispy hairline of 3 every 2 weeks. I'ma do my thing. Benny chin is dry. He's my favorite kind of guy.
Benny's chin is dry.
Alex is 12. About to put him on the shelf. He don't have a sex life. Never have a wife. Dev is a bum. He can't even get a crumb.
Not funny.
He's a crumb bum.
Not funny.
And he talks with his barber about chlamydia.
Not funny.
About to get rid of ya and finish ya.
Not funny.
Put it in the refrigerator.
It's not funny no more.
Masturbator. The Terminator. Imagine dragons, demons, slayer, backing.
Tough.
Let's go.
Let's get it. All right. And that's been David Cruz with the rap of the week. Find him on Spotify.
I'm a little rusty. We had a couple weeks off.
Dave, you won last episode's top 5.
Oh, did I?
What's the order?
I didn't even know.
Who's going first?
You.
Me to going first?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And we getting Benny's #1 overall female artist of all time.
Of course, we always chime in with Benny's.
I don't like saying female. I'm gonna say that right now, actually.
What you want to
Straight
say?
artist.
No, just woman. Female's like too medical. I like I love women.
So top 5 women artists.
No, female. It's gotta be female, dude. Women artists doesn't sound good. That don't roll off female artists. I don't roll off the tongue.
Sound like it's something that you say at the doctor's office.
That don't
feel me?
Listen, man. Coming in at number 5 for me, for my top 5 female artists of all time.
This is where we separate.
Dave is gonna hate me for this. Coming in at number 5 for me, top 5 female artists of all time, none other than the white savior herself. All the white girls love her. Taylor Swift.
Let's get out of this town.
And this is my favorite Taylor Swift song.
Away from the crowds. I thought heaven can't help me now.
Listen.
Nothing lasts forever. But this is gonna take me down. He's so tall and handsome as hell. He's so bad, but he does it so well. I can see the end.
Oh, her money's thumbs up, baby. Listen. Listen, coming in at number 5 for me. Coming in at number 5 for me. I just secured the white female vote with that one song. Taylor Swift.
And Llama.
Everybody knows what Taylor Swift is doing now. That we talked about her before on the pod. We might not be the biggest fans of Taylor Swift, but her music speaks for itself. Her money crazy right now. She everywhere that any artist could be. She's one of the top. She got people dropping their albums on different days so it doesn't affect her sales. what's his name? The rapper Moneybagg Yo was dropping an album. Taylor Swift was dropping her album on the same day. He posted a video of him listening to Taylor Swift in his car, and he was like, "Hey baby, I'm not gonna drop on the same day as my baby Taylor Swift is dropping, so I'm gonna drop my shit next week. Y'all go buy her album." Then raised the volume up and had her playing his music. Tough. Taylor Swift done songs with Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar. I don't know what she's done a lot of songs with a lot of people. But I mean, as much as we might not, I think where I don't like is her fans, and I had to learn that. Just as time went on, I realized it was her fans that I didn't like. Her music is not the worst. She has music that I don't relate to, but she has great songs. And like I said, she is respected in the music industry. I think her fans are what annoy me the most because they make it seem like she's the next up and coming, like everything that she drops is fire, which is far from the truth. But her fans kind of annoy me, but her music speaks for itself. Her money speaks for itself. She's selling out stadiums. Taylor Swift gotta be up there for me. So she's coming in at number 5 for me. I can't put her higher than that though. She's not gonna touch the 1, 2, or 3. So
nah, definitely not.
But she is in the top 5. You gotta give her flowers. You gotta show her respect. And she an Eagles fan. So
is she? Or
yeah,
she's
a big Eagles fan.
Philly.
Yeah, she's a big Eagles fan. So shout out to Taylor Swift. Dave, who's your number 5?
Coming in at number 5 for me, this is where we separate. If I'm starting here, then it's only up from here.
Okay.
And if it's up, then it's stuck.
Okay.
Coming in at number 5 for me is a pure icon.
At number 5? I don't know about number 5 though. This might be we might need to lower on the list a little bit, Dave.
Get in the line, it might be just you two.
Alright, you might get some hate for this, Dave.
Coming in at number 5 for me is Mariah Carey. Let me explain why. With Mariah in the background. Go ahead, Dave. Mariah Carey is definitely one of the top 5 singers of all time. Low key, she might be top 2 for me. High key, she's top 2 for me.
Top 2 singers?
Yes.
So why is she
Just
number
like
5?
vocal artist. Well, because this list for me, listen, this list for me is gonna be about so many different factors, so I'm gonna explain them as we go along. But I'm starting with Mariah number 5 because Mariah had 90s R&B on Lizzo, one of the best vocalists of all time. She also has She also has probably the most famous Christmas song of all time.
Not the most, I mean, not probably, yes, the most famous Christmas song.
I mean, she's rivaling like stuff that was written in the 1600s. For old Saint Nick or whatever.
That's a fact, though.
Literally, like she's
Stuff that's been out since the beginning of time.
This is nursery rhyme level, like something that's gonna last for eons.
Yeah, I can't argue with that one.
The only reason I do put her at number 5 is because when you think of the longevity piece, I do think the quality of her music, it's almost like the Eminem thing. I think she's like the female vocalist version of Eminem. In that as the years went on, it got a little harder to justify her greatness because she started out such like icon status, and then it got kind of worse. She tried to do the whole like I'm hip hop thing, and some of them later albums, they were just way too poppy for me. Like she was trying too hard.
Yeah.
And so the mystique kind of fell off. So that's why I put her at number 5, but it doesn't take away from how amazing she is.
Right.
It's just that when you look at the whole body of work, she can't be in the top 3 of female artists because it wasn't a flawless victory. And she has lost her voice.
Yeah.
That takes a couple points away.
Yeah.
If you've seen some of the latest videos of Mariah singing.
Nah, I'm kind of with you on that. Now that I think about it.
So that's why I put her at number 5, because she's one of the greats. She's top 5. But I just, if she had flawless fatality victory over her whole career, if it was all like it was in the 90s and then she just kind of went and chilled or whatever, or did like features and did amazing vocals on features, then it would be like, boom, you're probably number 2 or 1. But that's my number 5. But I fried you. Taylor Swift versus Mariah Carey.
I mean, the white woman would agree with me. It's just the truth. She has the whole white community on lock. It's
But over
just,
Mariah though, I don't know, man.
what, singing wise? No, I agree. I don't think singing wise, but I'm just saying as a whole right now, who's the one female artist that everybody is Taylor? It's gotta be.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's gotta be. She's selling out. She's doing what Mariah was doing back then, except stadiums are a lot bigger now and money's a lot longer now. That's all I'm saying. Mariah was selling out stadiums, selling out arenas. Taylor Swift is doing that now, just with more money involved. It's just the truth, man. I'm put her up there because of that. But coming in at number 4 for me, I mean, if you have a list of female artists and this woman is not on your list, you have to ask yourself, is your list legitimate? It's my favorite song by her, by the way. You know what it is, Dave? You're gonna know by the first note. Don't worry.
Everybody loves the things
Coming in at number 4 for me, Adele.
From the way
On my top 5 female artists of all time.
to the way you move.
She a baddie. She got the thighs of a Sherpa.
Everybody here is watching you.
Her voice is
'Cause you feel
beautiful.
like home. You're like a dream come.
She has my favorite voice.
But
Like,
if by chance
I could listen if she ever sang to me. Like this is I would ask my wife, you know, can we play Adele while we make love?
Bring that pony in here. Let's rap.
Like Adele is just, I mean,
hoping you're
other than the money stuff, other than the stadiums that she sells out, other than the albums being great,
you look like a
her voice, bro. Like it's probably my favorite voice from a female artist, just in general. Like I love her music, very relatable. It's beautiful. I love this song so much. I mean, I know I'm getting a vote this week from Tashi. That's just a wrap. I already know, Tashi, I locked in your vote with this one. Thank you very much.
It was just like a movie. It was just like a song.
Shout out to Adele, man. She's up there. I can't say enough about her. When it comes down to money and when it comes down to selling out and you know, being a top artist, Adele's up there. But her voice is just, and it never, like, you know, like you just said, Mariah Carey, like right now she's not singing too well. Adele got the voice, man. She hits those high notes. She knows how to, and she's tough. She's bad too. Thighs of a Sherpa, as we always say. Shout out to Adele. That's my number 4. I was debating putting it a little higher on the list just because of how much I love her voice, but she had to be on this list for me. That's my number 4. What you got number 4, Dave?
All right, coming in at number 4 for me. I gotta pay homage.
Okay.
When you talk about great singers, and you talk about who inspired all the great singers,
I want to hear it. Aretha Franklin.
I'm gonna go with Aretha Franklin at number 4.
Aretha Franklin?
I'm gonna go with Aretha Franklin. Don't disrespect her like that. I'm gonna go with Aretha at 4 because to me, the slider that's all the way up for Aretha is impact, cultural impact, influence. When you talk about all the great singers of all time, they all reference her as one of the best to ever do it. I also am pretty sure that she probably was a blueprint for a lot of singers on what it meant to be like a famous woman singer and woman artist. I know there was women that came before her that paved the way for her, and I know there's women after her that done way more than her.
Yes.
But she kind of has like that, almost like a Richard Pryor type of feel to her. That just where she was in that moment in time, everybody listened. It was like a standard bearer. Yeah. And got a great voice. She got many hits. This is just one of them.
Agreed.
So I think 4 is a good slot for Aretha Franklin to acknowledge her influence and impact.
Yeah.
And
wait, I was going to put down a little bit.
And you're not going to tell me Aretha don't ring off anywhere.
I mean, duh.
It could be like in the middle of an inning at a baseball game.
This is bro.
It could be in a random movie with Robin Williams or something.
That's facts.
This could be a Cheaper by the Dozen 6.
This whole list is flowers, bro. We just praising the great women of music that have done it and who are continuing to do it nowadays. That's my number 4. Like, this is 5 great artists right here who are just doing their thing with music. But Dave, I'm gonna take a line you always say. This is where we actually are going to separate right now. Because coming in at number 3, Dave, this is like if we're rumbling, if we're boxing right now, I'm hitting you with an uppercut. My knuckles is scraping the ground. It's a Hadouken and a Shoryuken of puños, of haymakers.
Shorty, you can
do
whatever you like.
Coming in at number 3 for me, Dave. Come on, bro. You know it already. You know who I was going to, Dave. Come on, Dave. Yeah. Everybody turn your radios up to 62. Let's go. How high your radio go, Dave? How high your radio go? 37. Everybody turn your radio up to 37. Let's go. Hey.
Clock strikes upon the hour and the sun begins to fade. Still enough time to figure out how to chase my blues away.
That voice.
I'm gonna ride up till now. It's the light of day that shows me how. And when the night falls, loneliness comes. Oh, I wanna dance with somebody.
Come on now.
I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody.
Explain yourself at number 3.
Number 3 for what? Reason I'm going number 3 here. I paused it because
you don't like talking over music.
Well, because sometimes I think it's overpowering what we're saying, so I do want people to hear. But at number 3, because my number 2 and one artist I just love too much. Like their music is just so impactful on the way I listen to music and how I feel about just what they mean to the music industry. Whitney Houston, one, beautiful voice, amazing person, the most watched national anthem of all time. People actually think that's our national, the way she sang it, that's how our national anthem is sang because of how she killed it. People talked about that more than the Super Bowl that year that she sang it for, which is crazy to think about. Because when you think of Super Bowl 1991, who was in that Super Bowl?
Whitney Houston.
Exactly. She has a great voice. She's a great artist. Everybody knows her impact on music. I mean, not only does she have that, but she also have I Will Always Love You, I Have Nothing, How Will I Know? Just classic songs. Again, just like Dave said for his number 4. Songs that go off anywhere, man. You play I Want to Dance with Somebody, people gonna get up and start dancing with somebody. You feel me? And again, because this is a personal list for everybody. This is who we like the most. Her voice, again, just like Adele, man, it's one of those voices where I could just sit down and listen to and just chill out. You know what I mean? Just such a beautiful voice. An amazing artist. I couldn't speak too much about her. She might not have the sell like how Taylor Swift is selling out stadiums now and she's consistently do it, or how Mariah Carey's song like goes off anywhere, the Christmas song goes off every year, whatever. She might not be as impactful as that, but as far as money wise, but her music is gonna last forever, and she has classic songs that everybody knows about. I love her music. I love her voice. She's up there, bro. That's why she's my number 3, and the only reason she's number 3 is because, again, number 2 and 1 for me, very impactful for me as far as music industry goes and females in the music industry. Who you got, Dave? Number 3.
Coming in at number 3 for me.
Need to throw a haymaker, man.
I had to go here because I would be like, I always struggle with these top 5s. That's why I love that we do a top 5 segment, because I always talk about subjective versus objective.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say, as a primer, this week's list is subjective for me, meaning that it's my personal preference.
Yes.
It's not about objectively what would people think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
agreed. That's what we're talking about. Yep.
With that, this is my number 3. I had to go here because hip hop is in my veins.
On this, little Caesar, the bitch please check it. Yo, I be buying B's, so all my girls be eyeing C's. Coming backstage, dying to get pleased. You got me, I rock the Versace and linen. Why you spotting and grinning with a bunch of foxy women? Why you speedball with cars? That's the valid. I get clothes custom made from a stylist. Cruise in my Lexus land with no malice. But you walk the street until your feet get callous. Take you on the natural high like a pallet. EDs with crazy bass. Keep my lady lace. She had the every day, we do the same every night. No time for you, yeah, we all. I had to let you know, then I had to let you know, then I gotta crush your attention.
I know who he's trying to pick, but he should have picked the song. He should have picked the better song. He should have did that off the rhythm. Lil Kim, I know who it is.
All right, coming in at number 3 for me.
He played a bull song.
Listen, I went to Kim's album and Crush on You was there, and I'm like, oh, that's a classic Kim song. I forgot Lil C's. That's
a classic Lil Kimmy song.
I'm going with Lil Kim at number 3. First off, when I think about female hip hop artists, Lil Kim is at the top of the list for me. I know some people argue Nicki,
Lauryn Hill.
I know some people argue Lauryn Hill. I know some people argue Foxy sometimes.
Lauryn Hill.
Some people argue Queen Latifah. Some people argue MC Lyte. But to me, the pinnacle of it is Kim. I feel like Kim is the best performer of them all, the best lyrical content, has been on some of my favorite songs. Little Kim is one of them artists that you could rap her verses and not, as a guy, and not feel some type of way about it. There's certain artists. Like, I'm just not gonna be walking around rapping Lola Brooke or whatever.
Is that the joint that found out she was poor when she was 18?
But Lil Kim, I could definitely rap Kim verse 3. And shout out to
They be in the club. Don't you know Queen B got the LD throat?
Hey yo.
He said I could really rap that. Like, I could really sing that out loud when I'm outside.
Coming in at number 3 for me is Lil C's Crush on You. No, it's Lil Kim.
Lil
man.
Kim.
That's my number 3. I felt like I needed to put hip hop in my top 5, and when I think of a woman artist in hip hop, it's Lil Kim for me.
I thought about hip hop as well in my top 5. It has a big impact on the show. It has a big impact on us and this family. But there was just these artists that I have on my list. It's just, I feel like me personally, it's just I couldn't leave them off my list. But coming in number 4 for me, Dave, if you don't get your shit together now, bro, we are definitely going to separate. Because coming in number 4, I mean,
number 3.
I mean number 2. Number 2. Number 2. It's my number 2.
Bitch better have my money. Y'all should know me well enough. Bitch better have my money.
It's getting real scary in this joint. It's scary hours for David. Figure it out.
Bitch, give me your money.
I already got Tashi's vote.
Who y'all think y'all frontin' on? Like blah, blah, blah. Louis 13 and it's all on me, nigga. You just bought a shot.
And I'll be singing this joint.
Kamikaze, if you think that you gon' knock me out the top. Shit, your wife in the backseat of my brand new foreign car.
That's tough.
Don't act like you forgot. I called a shot. Like blah, blah, blah. Pay me what you want me. Don't act like you forgot. Bitch better have my money.
Yo, who did this beat?
Bitch better
gotta figure out who did that beat. Rihanna coming in number 2 for me. Kanye West did that beat. I should have known. Kanye West, Travis Scott did that beat. Rihanna, I mean, what can we say, guys? Just baddie tank tiny, you know what I mean? Peg me. Peg me, Rihanna.
Peg me is nuts.
Rihanna bad. Rihanna bad. Money crazy. She makes most of her money off of her makeup, off of her fancy stuff. She don't even make the money off of the music like that anymore. But her music, she hasn't came up with an album in 14 years, and people still talk about her music. It don't just ring bells.
Has it been that long?
It's been like 10 plus years, I think, since Rihanna came out with an album. I think this was her last one, the one that she did this song on.
Like that work joint.
Yeah, the work joint. Yeah, that was like one of her last songs. She just recently did music for Kendrick on the Black Panther album, I believe, and that was the last one that she did. But it's been long since she's came out with an album. She's seriously just been living off of her makeup and her Fenty line. That's it. But her music still, that's how crazy her impact on music was. She still rings bells. Not to include her features with Kanye, Jay-Z, Kendrick, Lil Wayne, you name the artist and she's done a feature with him. Drake. Don't like him, but Drake rings bells in America.
In America.
The boy's Canadian.
He still rings bells in this bitch. Nevertheless.
How would you specify America? He's like a global artist.
Oh, Drake?
Yeah. He rings bells in Pennsylvania.
In Chicago. But Rihanna's coming in number 2 for me. Bitch Better Have My Money. That song is dummy tough. They was playing at the Super Bowl when the Eagles was up at halftime. I was rumbling everybody in the crib. And she was dummy pregnant. I just want to eat a steak off her stomach. You feel me? Rihanna's tough. Music, everything about her is great. She is the epitome of a female artist, like a one who nobody messes with. Like, you can't mess with her, and if she's on your track, it's probably going double, triple platinum. She's just that impactful, that tough. Shout out to Rihanna. Huge fan. She's my number 2 female artist of all time.
Well, I'm not even gonna play a song because we got the same number 2. So
you pick Rihanna?
Haymaker me.
Okay.
You don't have to play none. Real quick, I'll say why. Rihanna is when we talk about flawless fatalities, she just had a flawless fatality career. $1 billion artist, $1 billion entity. Mm-hmm. She's a mogul icon. Mm-hmm. She's tough.
Bad.
If she asks to bring a pony, I'm ponying. Like, she got that level of pull on me. But she's just tough. Like, anytime she's got on a project, she makes it better. And yeah, she's killing the game. Like you said, she could disappear for years and years, and she's still in high demand. She's got like that aura kind of status about her. She's just like a myth at this point. It's amazing. So she would be my number 2 as well. So that's a great choice by you. And I guess in that way we stalemate. However, this might be a first for me, or maybe a second. I don't know if I've done this before. I need to amend my number 3. I feel like I've been disrespectful. And I love Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim's in my top 10.
Oh, you taking? Oh, so
I'm amending my number 3. Yeah,
I'm taking Lil' Kim out.
I'm taking some of my time.
Wait. We gotta establish these rules, though, bro. I
can do this. This is my top 5. I need to make sure it's right that the people know.
Can we take it to? Can we? I mean, go ahead. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
I need to amend my number 3.
It is allowed.
I need to amend my number 3 because
it's been 7 years since Rihanna's last album.
Because I mean, when we talk about hip hop,
Missy,
I gotta do the right thing.
I was frying you at number 3, but you caught up with this one. All right. So scratch off Lil' Kim at number 3. She's still top 10, but Missy is just more impactful.
One time exclusive. Come on, is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your primitive, it's why I need number. It's your primitive, it's why I need
got a thing.
To find out how hard I gotta work, yeah. It's your primitive It's your primitive Come on. I like to get
So I won't go for too long because I know it's my number 2. Rihanna, we already established and you already said it, but I just needed to make sure that I had my list right. This is gonna be in the, solidified online once we release this episode.
Yeah.
I love Lil' Kim, and I do a lot of the things I said about Kim. I do feel like when we talk about like raw hip hop, she's up there. But I just, as I was going through my list, I'm like, oh snap, I forgot. And that's what happens with Missy too. You like forget about her because she's so amazing. It's like she just flies. I don't know how Missy Elliott flies under the radar so often, even for somebody like me who appreciates her. But when we talk about flawless victories, how many hits she got out here roaming the streets?
Timeless joints.
Banger alert, banger alert, banger alert.
I feel like that's why when it comes to these verses, a lot of male artists are scared to go up against Missy because she's just gonna have hits and hits that she's gonna embarrass you with.
Yeah. So
and she had the Chico, she had Timbo on her team. Like it was just beats upon beats. Like she was getting the cream of the crop when it came to the beats.
Yeah.
But shout out to Missy. Yeah, she definitely deserves to be on this list. Coming, so that's number 3 for Dave.
My number 2 is Rihanna.
Rihanna for both of us, and now for our number 1. Benny, we're gonna throw it to you. Who's your number 1 artist, female artist of all time?
Might as well turn that beat back up because I got Missy Elliott at number 1.
Missy Elliott at number 1 for Benjamin.
Wow.
Big on hip hop.
Headbanger.
Wasn't this on the top 50 beats, right?
I think so.
I think this song was on the top 50 beats, if I'm not mistaken. It was like number 10 or something.
So when it comes to like my personal list, because I grew up listening to hip hop, loving hip hop, she was that number 1 female artist for me. And just her contribution to the game, getting them scrumptious beats, it's crazy.
Very scrumptious, I'd agree.
She influenced like videos, music videos.
Yeah.
Kind of broke ground on that.
Changed the game with music videos for her.
Yeah. She was like a legit feature that male artists wanted, right? In a male-dominated market of hip-hop. She's somebody who you definitely wanted to get a feature with. She's had some great features with like 50. Who else has she worked with? Sierra.
Everybody, bro. Like, just say a name. I can guarantee you she's worked with them. She's out there, bro.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes.
Luda, Buster.
Everybody. Everybody.
So she's just got, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So that's your number 1.
Yeah, by far.
I love it, Benny. That's a good number 1.
And I feel like if she was to go and do like a stadium tour now, she'll probably sell out.
Of course. You'll buy all the seats. It'll be Benny and Dave. Benny and the Jets.
No beards.
No beards. Welcome to my no beards tour. All right, coming in number 1 for me. I mean,
wait, do you got any honorable mentions? I feel like this was hard.
Yes, of course. So I didn't include Mariah Carey on my list, obviously, but you changed my mind when you started giving your reasoning for her, because her, like, when I listen to her now, I can't even stand it because her voice is really bad right now. And I feel like some artists ruin their careers like that. Like we're talking about Eminem, who's possibly doing that now. He's been quiet for the past like year or two, but like he had that run where he was just coming out with songs and you're like, bro, like you're losing it.
That's not it.
It's not it right now.
Right.
I don't feel like Eminem lost me all the way because he stopped thinking like he stopped at a good time and he should just do music when he needs to do music and like when it's called for. But Mariah Carey, like you see her going on stage still and you're like, bro, like chill. Like just end it. Like just you're good. You're good. You're solidified. You're top 10. Just like end it. But
any other
Mariah Carey I wanted to put up there. I thought of Madonna, but that's not she deserves to be up there, but that'll be like, what is it called? Objective, right? Mm-hmm. Objective Madonna would be up there because she's had a crazy ass impact on the game, but not personally for me. So Madonna, I would probably throw up there. Celine Dion, I love her music too. She has a great voice. I forgot about her on my list.
I would put Christina Aguilera up there too.
And she
got my favorite voice.
And she dating Jimmy Butler too.
Shakira?
I thought it was Christina Aguilera dating Jimmy Butler. It's Shakira. One of them is. I always get them confused. Two Spanish Johns.
I'm like, what?
Shakira's dating Jimmy Butler. Would you put Shakira up there?
Not I wouldn't say she's one of my honorable mentions.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that.
She might be more on an objective list than a subjective.
What about you, Dave? Anybody that I
I
missed?
got a couple honorable mentions I want to highlight.
Barbara Streisand.
Adele would be an honorable mention for me. She's not gonna make my top 5.
Oh man. Oh yeah,
We're
Missy.
down to number 1.
Missy for me.
But Adele would be like possibly 6. Anita Baker. I think Anita Baker's underrated.
Yes.
And I wanted to say her name before we finished our top 5.
What about Shaka?
Shaka Khan's amazing, but Shaka Khan might have too small of like what's it called? Body
Catalog?
of work catalog for me to put her in any real conversation. My last honorable mention might surprise you a bit. I agree with Celine Dion. Like, if I started like a 20, like I would name all the greats, but a surprising honorable mention that I wanted to name, Lady Gaga, low key.
Yo.
Rah, rah, rah.
Gaga.
She is tough.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lady Gaga, man.
And she be doing all the acting. She's a tough actress.
She is a good actress. Yeah.
So she was really tough for me to leave out the top 5 as well. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions.
Her music videos go crazy too.
They do.
She's over Taylor.
Yeah, she's just tough.
Yeah, she is tough.
She's
You put her over Taylor Swift? Taylor got too much money for me to be doing
I care
that.
about the song.
Huh? You care more about Lady Gaga songs? I feel you on that. Lady Gaga has songs that I think I remember more, but like Taylor Swift has albums of songs that like I kind of vibe with a little bit more. Like Taylor Swift earlier stuff for me was definitely cool to listen to. Lady Gaga has like songs from each album, but I don't think she has an album where it's just straight bangers, in my opinion.
Okay.
Lady Gaga, she has like a couple songs from each album that I was like, that's fire. She got the the Bad Romance one, that's tough. The John that she did with Beyonce, I like. The Telephone one that she did with Beyonce, I like that a lot. I know I'm missing a couple just off the top of my head, but Lady Gaga is tough. Great honorable mention. Coming in number 1 for me, me and you haven't said an artist yet, so I think everybody should know where I'm heading with this at number 1. But we'll see where Dave heads with it. This is my number 1 artist, female artist of all time, personal. And this is my favorite song from her. I don't know why, but this song just hit different. It reminds me of my childhood. I just remember listening to this song with my mom for some reason.
I love you, baby. I love you. You are my life. Happiest moments were complete if you weren't by my side.
And she produced this song. Beyonce's tough. She produced this song.
You next to me, there's no darkness I can overcome.
The chorus to this song always gets me.
My raindrops, high in the sea. We got hoops for sunlight, a bloom and grow so beautifully. Baby, I'm so proud to be your girl. You make the confusion go all the way from this cold to me. So I am in love with you. You set me free. I can't do this thing called life without you here with me, 'cause I'm dangerously in love with you.
Explain yourself. There's no explanation needed. It's Beyonce, Dave. The hottest artist out right now. She probably got the craziest fans in the music industry. Her and Taylor Swift fans, to me, they battle for the craziest fans in the industry. She's anywhere she goes, she ring bells. The sales is just out of this world. Is she a billionaire yet? I don't think she's a billionaire yet. I don't think she has that much as like Rihanna and then Beyonce's husband Jay-Z, but she's up there with her money.
Yeah.
Her impact on music is crazy, and everything that she's ever touched is just become a banger. Like Destiny's Child, countless songs. Then she goes on her solo tip, banging album, like just fire. Everything about her is crazy. Every album that she's ever dropped is tough. The last one people consider a little bit off because she went like more dancey and more clubby with it. But even that has a couple songs like the John Cuff It that everybody's doing on TikTok or whatever. That song is ringing bells a little bit. She just got a bunch of stuff, man, and her voice is amazing. She knows how to, like, she does everything well as an artist. Everything is exceptional. Just her in general, from her fashion, her dancing, her singing, the show that she puts on, everything. It's like you get the full picture when you go to a Beyonce concert or when you see Beyonce. And if you ask your favorite artist who their favorite artist is, Beyonce will be in their top 5, male and or female. She's just that impactful on the game of music, and she's still got a lot more to go, in my opinion. Her and Jay-Z are like that couple that, like, you know, they're gonna just be tough forever until they call it quits.
Yeah.
They're the LeBron Jameses and the Michael Jordans of music.
Absolutely.
They're the top tiers when it comes to music. So coming in number 1 for me, Beyonce.
Cool.
If I should stay,
my number 4, right? I had her.
I would
I had her at 3.
I think you had her at 3.
Yeah, because I had
which I think was a little too low. Actually, it is too low because she's my number 1.
Not saying to make your list. And not even an honorable mention.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna make my number 1 about Beyonce, but her breath stinks.
Oh, we'll talk about that after your I know why. I know. Just get into your Whitney Houston bag real quick.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to be said. This right here might be one of the most famous songs of all time in the world. Not in America. What about Pennsylvania? In the world. I've seen a blind Filipino girl singing this in a wheelchair.
Where you seen that at? Why?
I see people that don't know English singing this, John. Whitney is like the icon of icons for women artists. And unlike Mariah, I feel like, Whitney kind of knew where her pocket was a little better. And even though they're two of the best voices ever, I think Whitney had more of the flawless, like blemishless career and discography and catalog. I think her cultural impact on music and singing is probably immeasurable. She's just done so much. This comes from one of the best soundtracks ever, and The Bodyguard. Remember we did our top 5 soundtracks?
Yeah. But this was the only song.
She's just an icon, like you said. The whole national anthem thing. Like she's probably the Michael Jackson of female singing.
I don't know, bro.
Because here's the thing. Okay,
Michael Jackson.
Let me lower this lower. I'll explain. I love explaining my comparisons. The reason I say she's the Michael Jackson of
female artists,
female R&B or women R&B, is because of the time that she came out. When you talk about like reach and impact, I don't think anybody can actually surpass the mystique that Whitney ended up creating around herself. Like when you think about Michael and what he meant globally, the reach and impact that he had on the global music landscape and all of the fan base that he built worldwide. I think Whitney, I don't think she had the same level of stardom that he amassed, but she's an equivalent in her field, in her realm. And the thing with Beyonce that, like you said, I'll address it now. I didn't have her in my top 5. I didn't have her as an honorable mention. Again, this is my subjective list. I just don't I feel like Beyonce is great. She's a great artist. I don't take her artistry away from her. And there are plenty of songs that I like from Beyonce. It's just something about Beyonce's overall career trajectory that I don't feel like it was. I don't feel like it was out the mud. Like I feel like she hit a perfect wave of like being pushed appropriately through the right channels. She transitioned from the late 90s kind of like R&B hip hop era with Destiny's Child and what they were able to do. And then she came into the streaming era where everything is blown out of proportion because of what streaming does. But I think these people that I listed have just been more impactful. And I know there's people going to argue against me on that, so I don't care because I know that there's people who think Beyonce's far and away the best thing to ever happen to the world. Yeah, and that's fine. That's just my personal thing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it is personal. Just
I think she benefited from.
Be ready for the backlash.
I think she's benefited from a lot of machines working in her favor. Beyonce has, and that's not to take anything away from her. I still think she's amazing, and she's realistically she's probably in any top 10 lists. Like, even if you're trying to hate on her, she has to be top 10. That's how good Beyonce is.
Yeah, easily top 10.
But my 5, no.
Okay. It's personal opinion.
And then she wasn't in my honorable mentions and I did 3, then I would say maybe Beyonce is like 9 or 10. If I had to place her, I don't know where, but
she is in your top 10.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Because she's great.
Interesting. She's my number 1 and she might be your 10. That's interesting. Interesting how we think about it. But another great top 5 gentlemen. I loved it. Giving flowers to the ladies of the industry, the ladies who deserve it. Everybody, as we always do at the end of every episode, please follow us on the socials at DevFu on Instagram, at Uncle DevFu, at Dave Cruz 267, or follow the fan page Cruz_Control Pod, all on IG. If you don't have the IG, Dev Cruz, Dave Cruz on Facebook, and the Cruz Control Pod on Facebook. If you don't have any of that, head back up onto YouTube at Cruz Control Pod on YouTube. Find us there, like and subscribe, please. Hit the buttons, hit the notifications so you know when we dropping a video.
What's our TikTok? You always forget to plug that.
And our TikTok is at Cruz Control Pod.
Yeah,
on TikTok.
Everybody's on TikTok.
Yeah, if you follow us on TikTok already, tell your peoples. Also, they do a context thing where like you can see your context gotta.
Where do we follow Benny at?
Benny's hangs flyers from the telephone pole. You just take one of the things off and call them. 1-800-Llama.com. Feel free to reach Benny on anything. But that has been episode 87 of the Cruise Control. I have the last song. What do I want to play? I've been listening to this song recently, and it has Elton John in it. And also another up and coming female artist. Since we're giving shout outs to all of our ladies and all the female artists in the industry, Dua Lipa's in this joint. She's bad. Y'all seen the Barbie pics that she had when she went to the Barbie joint? She was dummy tough in that joint. I gotta play this song because she bad. I've been
invite a horse into the bedroom for her.
Yeah, Dua Lipa got dummy tough. But shout out to her. She did a song with Elton John called Cold Heart. That's what I'm gonna end it off this week. We love you guys. Thank you guys for listening. And please, please, please like, comment, subscribe, talk about it to your friends. Let everybody know Cruise Control is back, baby. We here. Let's get it.
Elton John and Dua Lipa.
To end it off on. I like her voice in this John. You never heard this song?
When things go wrong, when the scent of her lingers and temptation strong, cold, cold heart, heart done by you.
He did like an album where like he redid a bunch of his shit. He did an album where he redid a bunch of his shit. And this was one of the songs. And he did it with Dua Lipa. It's like an upbeat song.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no.
We love you guys.
And this is what I should have said.
We out.
I wanna take things slow, put my mind in cruise control.